Everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your new moon in Leo messages. The new moon in Leo will take place on July 24th, 2025. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be in the description box. I've set the intention of this reading to be for your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. You're welcome to look at any of them or all of them. Take the bits from each of those placement readings that align with your current journey, and that way you can craft your own little personal reading from this collective reading. If you're not sure what your placements are, also in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site and then just come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. Keep in mind, my love, it's a collective general reading. It's not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So just take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. You have Dragon's Horde, protecting the future, card number 12. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And the moon's wisdom, take the lead. That is so Aries energy. That gives me like a Fool card, Emperor energy there. So let's see what these messages are all about. Let's clarify these cards now, these oracle cards for Aries, please. For Aries, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. We are clarifying the Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And the moon's wisdom, take the lead. Let's get one more shuffle here, please, for Aries. Thank you. First card out, we have the King of Wands, followed by the Lovers, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Oh, look at that. King to the Queen of Wands. The Moon. There's your new moon in Leo. And then the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Two of Swords. We have Temperance. And we have the Ace of Wands. That's followed by the Sun, the World, and the Six of Cups. Well, I feel like this is going to be a little bit about a love reading here for the Aries collective. If you want to apply it to career and finance, you're more than welcome to do that. But I have you here coming out very strong in this King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy. I don't read body parts, so you can discern which individual here you are exactly. But I definitely see you here protecting the future when it comes to matters of the heart. Now, for some of you with that Pentacle energy there, it could be matters of the heart in regards to career and finance, although I'm leaning a little bit more towards love. Attuned to the divine, it looks like you have a choice here. The Lover's card is the ultimate choice card in tarot, and then we have the moon. So sometime around this full moon, this new moon in Leo on July 24th, you will have a choice here. It could be a choice in lovers. It could be a choice in career paths. It could be a choice in housing locations. I say that because we have the World card, and sometimes that does lean to travel, but there's definitely something here with that new moon and the sun being Leo energy, you needing to make a choice. And it's very important here for you to attune to the divine when making this choice. Pisces in tarot, for me, in the major arcana portion of the deck, is always the High Priestess. So there's definitely something here about tuning to the divine and really connecting to your intuition at this time in order to make this choice. Taking the lead, Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, seeing what it is that you want for your future. Ten of Pentacles is all about long-term goals, long-term gains. So there's definitely something here about protecting your future in matters of either career and finance, or for some of you, love and romance, and then charging forward to go after that. The Two of Swords, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like there's been something here within the Aries collective where you have been blocking this new beginning. I think you see it clearly. I think you have a pretty good idea with that Ace of Swords, the direction that you want to go in, but for some reason you've been blocking it. Why you've been blocking it is different for all of you. But that Temperance card is fire energy. That's Sagittarius energy, but it's a very quiet. So it's like I have this burning desire, right, in the pit of my stomach to move towards this Ace of Wands, but you've been a little reluctant in that Two of Swords to do it. I feel like that all changes come this new moon in Leo on the 24th. Let's get you 3 cards of advice here. Yeah, some of you are definitely moving towards a love partner here in that King of Wands to Queen of Wands energy and making the choice to do that. Others of you, you could be moving towards a new career path, maybe even launching your own business, since the King and Queen of Wands are the entrepreneurs and the business builders in tarot. For others of you, you could be deciding to combine forces. Like if you are a business owner, you could be taking on a new business partner, launching a new business with a business partner, or maybe even merging businesses with another entity here. But definitely a big choice here on the table for you. It looks like any doubts, fears, or insecurities you have will be cleared up by the 24th, and that sets the gateway then for you to move forward. 3 cards of advice here for Aries. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the 9 of Cups, doing what you feel is best for you. What path or direction will be emotionally pleasing to you? Wow. All roads lead to Rome, my love. You now have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups on the table. And then you have the Tower. Okay, there's your boom shakalaka moment there, Aries. So this is your advice, is definitely to listen to your intuition and move in the direction that you really can see yourself being, both financially as well as emotionally fulfilled. And again, career and finance, love and romance, maybe even some relocation. We have 9 of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles card here at the bottom of the deck. I really like this energy because this tells me that you're putting yourself first. 9s in tarot for me and in numerology are very singular energy. I've tapped into a group of you where you're like, I have to do what is best for me. I have this choice, this option, and I'll be damned if I let it get away from me. So I like this for you a lot. 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords. It may come with a goodbye, right? For those of you maybe leaving one career path for another, one job for another, maybe even leaving one business partner for another, leaving one lover for another, maybe even leaving singlehood to suddenly start dating this new person. But whatever it is, you're definitely in this single-minded mode and coming to the realization that you really need to put yourself, your finances, your future, as well as your overall emotional contentment first. And maybe that's what took you so long. Maybe you were putting other people's needs ahead of your own. And I kind of feel now with the astrological placements that we have, this is really pushing the Aries collective to say, who am I? What feels good for me? And who do I want to be in the years to come? And it looks like you're making that decision this week in the new moon in Leo. That's what I have for you, my love. Beautiful way to start off the zodiacal wheel here. So I like this for you a lot. Protecting your future when it comes to not just financial resources, but your overall contentment, and making a pretty significant choice here in your life, and then taking the lead to move forward with that choice. That's what I have for you, Aries. That is your new moon in Leo message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. You have the farthest gate, bold step forward, card number 55. Now 5s in numerology and in tarot are all about change. I feel like you're just one step away from another life or another world. First quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. And then you also have moonrise, cleansing. Yeah, definitely cleansing something here in the past and stepping into, I almost feel like a brand new you. Let's get more on this for you with tarot. Clarify these messages, please, for Taurus. For Taurus, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What does Taurus need to know about these oracle cards? We are clarifying the farther gate, bold step forward, first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation, and moonrise, cleansing. For Taurus, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, my dear, we have the King of Cups, followed by the Knight of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card, we have the 7 of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like this is a decision here. This Wheel of Fortune card, for me, always talks about like moving forward, right? The next cycle. That 7 of Wands tells me you have been resisting this for quite some time. I feel like there's a new realization here that's happening. The 2 of Pentacles is like, I don't know if I want to go in that direction. It's there. I think this new gateway, this new doorway for you, this new opportunity has been around for a while, maybe for the last year there with the Sun card, because I sometimes see that Sun card in terms of timing as being like one full calendar year. So maybe for some of you, even back to your birthday season, maybe Taurus season of 2024, you kind of have been resisting this change, going back and forth. I don't know if I want the new, but the new, again, is here on the table for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star card. Aha, we have the Devil, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So there's been something tempting or toxic in staying in this current situation, environment, connection, maybe even mindset for you. But this King of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords tells me there's some type of incoming communication, which will allow you to assess this situation differently. Let's see what that is. Let's clarify that. Assess the situation to the King of Swords. I'm sorry, to the Knight of Swords, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. The Knight of Swords, this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So again, we have Mercury represented here. So I feel like there's some incoming communication that enables you to assess the situation that you've been in for a long time. Tell me more about this incoming communication here for Taurus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Incoming communication, Taurus. The Devil shows itself again. Oh, Lord. The Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. To the Five of Swords, to the Ten of Swords. Yeah, to the Eight of Cups. So, Taurus, I feel like there's new tangible proof, new tangible information. For me, aces in tarot are all about tangibility. So this is something, this isn't hearsay, this isn't gossip, this is something you can see, feel, touch, hear for yourself, right? This is kind of firsthand knowledge. I do feel, although it may sting, right? Seven of Swords to the Devil means there's an entity here in your life that has been deceiving you for quite some time. That might be why you've been resisting the change here, going back and forth. I don't know if I want to move on from this particular situation, environment, or connection. But now in this new moon in Leo on July 24th, and when I say in the energy of the new moon, it could be like a day or two before or a day or two afterwards. There's some new tangible proof here that you are receiving. Again, some type of communication, something you're witnessing. Again, it's not third party, fourth party kind of information, or even second party. You're receiving this or seeing this or hearing this direct. And I feel like that's what makes you go, okay, wait a minute. I need to assess the situation a little bit more. Everything is not what it appears to be or what I thought it was. And I do believe that that will then launch you forward into this new beginning here in the Fool card. What is this information here that Taurus is receiving? What is this information that Taurus is receiving? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The information you are receiving. The Three of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, again, Star card, Five of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. It's possible here, Taurus, that you find out that someone has been planning to move forward without you. Like this could be a business partner. Maybe you've been talking to an individual. It's just an example. And you're like, yeah, this is the business we should create. You have these talents. I have these talents. And it's kind of like you've been making these plans, right? In the King of Pentacles energy, working with this individual, collaborating with this individual. And now suddenly you find out that this person has been making plans to like open up their own business or do a joint venture elsewhere. There's definitely something here where you're gaining knowledge about someone moving on from you in some direction. And you're receiving tangible proof of that. I do think it triggers a Three of Swords moment. And I say that because we immediately go from you receiving this tangible proof to the Four of Swords. So there is some type of like heartbreak or emotional loss or disappointment, especially with the Five of Cups here, in finding out this information. I do think, though, because you've already been going back and forth about whether or not you wanted to collaborate with this individual or continue in this partnership or whatever this is for you, I don't think it's like that distressing of a heartbreak, because again, the Three of Swords did not show itself. You're already moving into the healing. So I kind of feel like this is something you've been suspecting for quite some time. It is, though, what enables you to move forward. So let's get you 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. So there's some type of tangible information you're receiving in this new moon in Leo. And I believe that it enables you to move forward with your life out of this incredibly toxic situation. We saw the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, the Devil. It could be you've been dealing with someone who's been gaslighting you, manipulating you. We have the King of Cups energy here, maybe even some emotional manipulation here as well. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 cards of advice. The Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Wands. There's that Five of Swords again to the Ten of Swords. So there definitely is something here about, I feel like this is a repetitive pattern with this individual, that Six of Cups. I feel like this will be a deja vu moment for you. Either this person has done this to you over and over again, or other individuals have. And so now that you're receiving this tangible proof for tangible facts, you're like, I know exactly what that is. Your advice here is to move forward rather quickly towards loving yourself. There's also something here about maybe connecting with other soulmates, friends, or family members that can help you move forward from this situation, environment, or connection. But there is a cleansing here for you. So I do believe that you will be shedding whomever or whatever this is. But for now, anyway, it looks like the tangible proof will be I don't want to say, I was going to say located. So maybe some of you are stumbling on this information. That's possible, because anything I do in a tarot reading or anything I say, I feel it's just like divinely orchestrated. So maybe for some of you, you are locating this information. But for others of you, I just feel like you're discovering it. And again, it's firsthand knowledge. I think that's what makes it so real and indisputable. That's what I have for you, Taurus. That is your new moon in Leo message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, maybe just found them to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini twin gang. Let's take a look at our new moon in Leo messages. We have Stranger, Curiosity, card number 53. Full moon in Libra, Find the Balance. And then you have the falling moon, Releasing Blocks. Okay. Tell me more about this for Gemini. What do they need to know about these oracle cards in respect to the new moon in Leo for Gemini's sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus? We are clarifying Stranger, Curiosity, full moon in Libra, Find the Balance, and the falling moon, Releasing Blocks. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, Wheel of Fortune came flying out of the deck. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Death card, which is beautiful to release those blocks. We have the High Priestess, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician, Six of Swords, and Five of Swords. That leaves the Chariot, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Well, I feel like you have a secret admirer, number one. That's the first thing I saw when I saw the Stranger Curiosity card. I feel like this person has been lurking for quite some time, watching you. It definitely is a secret here with the High Priestess. You may know this person, you may not know this person, but I feel like now this individual will be revealed to you. So I feel like this person is coming forward, whether this is someone known who's been keeping an eye on you for a while, or someone who you don't know and they've been keeping an eye on you for a while. Gee, I usually have all of my blinds and windows open as a Gemini sun. Maybe I want to start closing them at night, but there definitely is a feeling here of like, now it's the right time for this person to come forward. So tell me more about this individual who's been watching Gemini. Who is this individual? One more shuffle here, please and thank you. Who is this individual? We have Strength, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. This person's been watching you for a long time. For some of you, up to a year. We have incoming communication within the next 8 days from this individual. I do believe Two of Wands, you will be at a Y point tower. You do not see this coming. This individual has been holding back. The Knight of Cups is someone who has amorous feelings for you. Could be an apology for some of you if this is a past person, but this is definitely someone. That Strength card is a quiet strength. It's Leo energy. So I do feel like this person has been holding back. They've been watching you for a while. They've either have been in your life for a while or they've been watching you for a while. Is this a new person or a past person here for Gemini? Obviously, it'll be different for all of you, but we'll see what the cards have here for the majority of you. Who's this person for the majority of the Geminian collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Pentacles, someone who's, you know this person. Two of Swords, yeah, and the Eight of Cups. So you do know this person. At some point, you decided to emotionally disengage from this connection. Some of you may even have blocked this person. That's quite possible as well. Heavy on the masculine energy here, but doesn't have to be. I feel like you blocked this person. You either like literally blocked this individual on your phone or whatnot, or you've energetically blocked them, or you have emotionally disengaged from the connection. So this person has been watching you for a while. For some of you, it's been up to the past 12 months that they have still been keeping an eye on you. They've been resisting coming forward and showing or expressing any type of affection or providing you with an apology. But in this new moon in Leo, it appears that this person is coming forward. Now, it seems here that you need to find a balance. We have two sevens here. Seven of Cups to the Seven of Swords. The reason why I think you need to find a balance, and it's just a message that I'm receiving here. This is card number 53, which 5 plus 3 is 8. So I feel like you have been working on something since this person left your life. Because the Eight of Pentacles card for me is immediately what came to mind, as well as the Eight of Cups. I should have called it before when I saw it. So it's like you have emotionally separated yourself from this individual, and ever since then, you've been working on something else. It's possible now with all of this Seven of Cups, options and choices and new pathways and new things that you've been working on, that this person coming back into your life very well could sabotage all of that for you. Now, I'm not sure if that is their intent to sabotage things for you, but I kind of feel like you can sabotage what is happening in your life if you give in to this person, maybe 100% like you did before. So there's something here about releasing blocks and transforming this connection if you were to take this person back. Definitely needing to strike a balance here. This is giving me very much Six of Pentacles energy. So it's like, I always see the Six of Pentacles card as Taurian energy with a little dash of Libra. So what do I mean by that? Six of Pentacles is what is good for my structure and my stability, giving equally to others as well as to myself. And then that Libra card is finding the balance, right? The Libra portion of the Six of Pentacles is, but I need to do it equitably. I can't give too much to you and too much to you and too much to you, and I leave nothing for myself. And actually, that's sort of what happens in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck in the Six of Pentacles card. The Merchant starts off with 6 pentacles. They give 3 to this entity, 2 to this. And if you ever looked at the card, there's only 1 pentacle over the head of the Merchant. In this respect, you are the Merchant. So I feel like since you've disengaged from this individual, you've been working on other things. If you were to take this person back, you need to strike a balance here. Otherwise, you risk sabotaging these new opportunities that you have been working on. Let's get a couple of cards here on the Seven of Swords to that Seven of Cups. 3 cards here for Gemini. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Emperor. Very heavy on the masculine energy here. Yep, I do think that you will be up in your head, Gemini, when this person contacts you. But there's a need here for you to step into the Emperor role, whether you are masculine or feminine. Whether you're taking this person back or not, the Emperor is someone who looks at their entire empire and they make decisions that are best for their entire empire. They don't just rule by their heart. So you may have some affection, admiration for this individual. It's understandable. They could be a friend, a family member, a lover. But there's something here about you still, you know, having some pretty hardcore boundaries with this individual if you were to allow them back into your empire. We have the Knight of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like this person will be persistent with you, but the Emperor will always trump energetically any of the kings in tarot. So as persistent as this individual is, and again, I'm not telling you to take this person back or not, but the message here is you can love at a distance or you can love with some healthy boundaries. And you shouldn't get too caught up in your head in that Eight of Swords card there, the mashed potato mind is, am I doing the right thing? You are doing the right thing because you've made some beautiful progress here in your life since you've disengaged from this individual, and there's no need to have them come in and sabotage that, because at that point, they're not sabotaging your progress, you are. So it's kind of like let them in with love type of thing. Release blocks, we have, I was going to say Scorpio. Well, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Death card to the Four of Wands. Tell me more about releasing blocks here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. This is being clarified by Justice, the Ten of Cups, and Judgment. Wow, some heavy hitters there. 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, and a Sun card. I do believe this is someone from your past who wants to heal this connection with you. There's a judgment call here that you will need to make if you have blocked this person and now they found another way to contact you. Then there's something here about you making the judgment call to release the block. If that's what you choose to do, again, that's not what the reading is telling you to do. Definitely use your intuition on this. And if you were to make the judgment call here to rebirth, because sometimes that Death card could be death, you know, in terms of like a full ending. I'm going to continue to block you. I want nothing to do with you, right? I'm the emperor of my empire. I've got the gates up. You're not allowed in. But the Death card in tarot could also talk about a rebirth. So you will have a judgment call here to make. And the feeling that I'm getting here is, you know, the Ten of Cups for me in tarot has always been, a lot of tarot readers are like, that's your wish fulfillment. But I never understood anyone who says that, because all of those, I call them happiness eggs. Those 10 happiness eggs should never be in just one individual's basket. So I always look at the Ten of Cups as the 10 different things we have in our life that make us happy. Where I live, you know, the cat, the dog, myself, my friends, my job, you know, all of you out there I connect with. So I look at the Ten of Cups as the various connections in my life, or the situations or environments in my life that are pleasing to me and add to my overall emotional contentment. There's a decision here you'll need to make. Justice to Judgment is huge. This is very karmic energy here, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all. But this is you now having to take the lead as the emperor or empress of your life and say, does this individual add to my emotional contentment, or do they subtract or detract from it? And I think that's where you need to really go within. I'm surprised we didn't see the Hermit card, but there's something here in terms of this reconciliation here to really go within. And again, if you're allowing this person in because you're like, you know what, they do add to my Ten of Cups, they are one of the cups here out of the 10 that make me happy, then I still see a need here to have some pretty hard boundaries with this individual. We have the Magician, the Six of Swords, and the Five of Swords there at the bottom of the deck. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. You have the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. There's definitely an offer here of reconciliation from this individual. You will be at a wide point when you receive the communication. Here you are, Queen of Swords, whether you're masculine or feminine. We have the Fool card right behind that. So you can choose to continue to block this individual energetically, emotionally, physically, whatever it is that you have been doing, and then move forward without them. Or you can have a new beginning here with this person. But there's something here about healthy boundaries that are needed. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Gemini, and then we will wrap up your reading. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. First card out, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Wands, the Star, and the Six of Cups. It is a soulmate, soul bond connection here that's coming back to you. I feel like you can't, your advice here is to not lose sight of the work that you've been doing. 3 of Pentacles, whether you've been collaborating with others or just working, you know, on your own. There's something here you've been working on. The fire is burning. We have the Ace of Wands here. Your advice here is to not quit doing this just because of the incoming communication from this individual. There's also something here about needing, if you're allowing this person back into your life, to literally have a discussion here with this person on how are we working on this connection. I always say that the Knight of Swords holds the Ace of Swords. This is the knight who goes into battle holding the sword of truth. They don't ride into battle under any delusions or confusions. So, you know, it's the knight that's willing to die on the sword because they have the facts. They're not pre-programmed, you know, and I have nothing against individuals who join, you know, the military under a draft or anything like that. But this is a sword that says, I want to be in the army. I want to join the Marines, et cetera, et cetera. I'm willing to go to war because I believe in the cause. And so there's something here is if you really believe that you and this person should come back together and you should work on maybe igniting or reigniting this connection. 1, don't quit working on whatever it is here that you've been working on. So don't lose sight of that. But 2, there's some hardcore discussions here that need to be had in order to, how do we build or rebuild this relationship, and where are we moving in the future when it comes to it. So it looks like a big discussion here is coming up for you from an individual. For 99% of you, this is someone from your past or currently in your life, but you have emotionally disconnected from them. It looks like you should receive some type of communication from this individual on or around that new moon in Leo. What you choose to do with it and with that person will be entirely up to you. But that's what I have for you, Gemini, for your new moon in Leo messages. If you like that message, it resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. We have like 2 days left, I believe, 1 or 2 days left in your season. So if you are celebrating your birthday in the very, very final days, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Let's take a look, my love, at the new moon in Leo messages for you. You have Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy, card number 19. You're sleeping on a dream here. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. And then you have a quick silver moon, changes. All right, tell me more about this here for Cancer. What do they need to know about these oracle cards here for Cancer, Sun, Moon rising, as well as Venus? I just heard something. If it comes back to me, I'll let you know. It was a song, but I caught like a split second of it. So if it comes back, I'll definitely let you know. Let's clarify these cards here for Cancer, Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy, first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open, and quick silver moon, changes. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, we have the 2 of Cups, we have the 2 of Wands, we have the King of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the 4 of Wands. That leaves the 5 of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I get the feeling that this is for those of you, whether you are currently in a romantic partnership or not, the message I'm getting here is that your heart is not fully open. So if you're a single Cancerian and you're hoping or desiring to have a love partner, I feel like the reason why you haven't been able to connect with someone new is because you have closed your heart off. You've become a bit hardened here. So something here transpired for you in the past. Again, if you're a single Cancerian, I feel like someone really burned you and left you a bit jaded to love. Although intuitively and emotionally within yourself, you really do desire to have this kind of like happily ever after and be a knight in shining armor to someone, or have that individual be a knight in shining armor to you. But there's something here about something has happened in my past, and therefore I'm closing my heart. So in that respect, yeah, the spiritual narcolepsy here is that you're spiritually and intuitively feeling called to be with someone or to build with someone, but you're not even paying attention to that. It's like you're falling asleep here at the wheel, but it's basically because you don't want to get your heart hurt again. So whoever this individual was, I think they burned you pretty badly. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They don't necessarily have to be. For others of you, you're currently in a connection, but it's almost like you have friend zoned this person, whether they're a boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, husband, wife, spouse. There's still something here of, I love you and I'm in this and I'm recognizing you as a soulmate, soul bond connection, but I'm kind of friend zoning you here in my life. And again, maybe this person, maybe for those of you who are partnered, this individual has hurt you in the past. And so you're reluctant to open up your heart fully. For others of you, someone else, you know, in the past hurt you. And although you love this person and you see them as a soulmate, soul bond connection, for some of you, you could be married to this person or you share residence with them, but you're still reluctant to go full throttle in love with them. Let's see what this is all about. Tell me more about the Two of Cups here. First card out, we have the Hermit. Tell me more about the Two of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. I'm going to pull 3 cards now, even though we had the Hermit come out. I'm going to kind of leave that off to the side. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have the 6 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, 5 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. This is such an energy of, I want to move forward in love. 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I want to, again, if you're a single Cancerian, it's like, I would love to be able to move forward and find my person. 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords. I'd love to move forward and find my person. But you had someone here in your past where it's like you give love a bad name. 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. So there's a reluctancy here to move forward. As much as you'd love to, you're still looking back in the past to someone who burned you pretty badly, maybe within the last year or so. This connection ended for some of you. Yeah, definitely within the last 12 months. So again, there's a desire of, I'd love to find my person, but I'm so reluctant to do that because last time I went all in, someone burned the crap out of me here. 10 of Wands to the 5 of Cups. I get the feeling you did not end that connection, but if you did so, you ended it reluctantly. I'm more or less getting the feeling that like 80% of you, this person moved on from you, and then like 20% of you, you reluctantly had to move on from this person. So yeah, if you're a single Cancerian here, you're falling asleep at the wheel here, at the emotional wheel, because your heart is longing to have someone, but you're allowing this past situation to dictate your forward movement. And even when you do find someone new, it looks like you friend zone them. That's kind of what happens here. You find, again, only for those of you where you have found someone new since this person, maybe even a couple of people. Once we get to that Y point where I have to open my heart, person gets friend zoned right away. And that kind of leads to almost like the end to the connection. For those of you who are currently in a connection, the connection is not thriving as much as it should be or could be thriving. And again, there's some reservation here to go full throttle on your heart, to really open it up, because either the person you're with hurt you in the past or someone before them hurt you. So what a duality, right, of energy here for the Cancerian collective. I want love, but at the same time, I'm afraid of love. I don't think you're so much afraid of love. I think you're afraid of maybe the people you choose to be in love with, maybe. And the feeling I'm getting here is, at the end of the day, you don't trust yourself to make good judgments, because the last time you thought you made a good judgment, this person burned you pretty badly. Tell me more about this person. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. I just feel like it's someone who at some point turned really cold on you. Tell me more about this person. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Sun, we have the 4 of Cups, and we have the King of Cups. So bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles and the World. 3 of Swords here right behind this. So for those of you where this is a past person who did this to you, I think you really love this person. I think you saw forever with them. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, all rolled into that Sun card. I think you had a lot of unconditional love for this person. Maybe some of it you still carry within you to this day, although I don't know if outwardly you would say that to anyone, but it appears here you were rejected by this individual. So either there was an emotional rejection here, and then after some length of time, you decided to bow out and leave this individual. For others of you, this person left you. Either way, there's a sense here of, I thought we were all in, and I thought we were building this beautiful future together. And next thing I know, I'm left out in the cold, right? 5 of Cups. We saw the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck at the onset of the reading. Now we have the 4 of Cups. And then I feel like right after that, this person turned cold to you. Maybe for some of you, they even said some nasty words to you. In the Queen of Swords, because that sometimes, I don't know, I typically don't get that. And I'm a Gemini, so for me, that's my queen, right? In terms of tarot. But that's the feeling I'm getting here. It's like everything was great and we were in love, and then something happened here. Maybe this person had other choices or options in the 3 of Cups, because there's 3 of Cups here at the bottom of the 4 of Cups card. That's possible. But there's still something here. It's like immediately after it happened, this person went cold on you. So for those of you where it's a past person who's affected you in this way, you have not healed that within your heart. So as much as you're desiring a new person, you're energetically not even allowing them in. Because you're afraid of the past repeating itself. And I think that goes back to you not trusting yourself enough. So I think it's a self-trust issue that you really need to work on here. We have changes. We have the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Oh, let me go back to those of you where you are coupled and you're currently in a connection. I do think you love your person a lot in the Sun card energy, but there's a feeling here of emotional lack. And I don't know if that's on your part or your person's part, but I think it comes back to you, not to blame you, but there's something here. I can't fully open my heart to this person, even though I have a lot of love for them. There's a feeling here, I can't be fully vulnerable with this individual because either they hurt me in the past or someone else before them hurt me. So there's the overall message here for both groups, both camps of you, is to keep your heart open or to open your heart. And then now we have changes. So I think that Three of Pentacles card to the King of Wands is like, whether you're masculine or feminine, I feel like this is you. Only you can change this. Only you can heal this within yourself, so then you can go out there and find the next person. Or if you're currently in a connection, you need to work at, taking the inspired action here to work on this within yourself, so then you can blossom and bloom in your current connection. Tell me more here about the Three of Pentacles to the King of Wands. Yeah, there's some changes here that need to be made in terms of your heart, but no one can make them for you. And if you're single, no one will enter your life in the future and radically change how you look at love. And even for those of you where you're single, there's no one coming in the future who will suddenly get you to like open up your heart again, because it's not that new person. This is within you. This is, I'm reluctant to be vulnerable in love because of what this person did to me in the past. So there's some unhealed trauma here for the Cancerian collective. So whether you are single or partner, there's a reluctancy to open up your heart fully. But we can change all that now in the new moon in Leo. So tell me more about this here for Cancer. Three of Pentacles to the King of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Ten of Pentacles. There's definitely something here. There could be counseling here that's needed, therapy. No shame in that game. I've been there before. But there's something here. You are, because you're so Nine of Swords, right, in your head all the time, either about this, person who's currently in your life but hurt you in the past, or you're single and you're thinking about a past person or past people. And I get that. I've been there before. That's Gemini energy. But personally, I've experienced that. If you don't address that, the Seven of Wands, I'm getting a totally different meaning here for you. I just kind of feel like the bridge in your heart grows wider and wider. So it's almost like you, every day that goes by that you don't address this heartache, that you don't take this inspired action of the King or Queen of Wands to actually put in some real Three of Pentacle energy into healing this within yourself, there's a divide that continues to grow between you and your heart. And I think you know this. In that High Priestess energy, I definitely think that you know this. You're a highly intuitive sign. So there's something here of, I know that if I don't address this heartache, I will be less inclined to enter a romantic connection in the future. Or I know if I don't address this issue, this heartache, I am less inclined to open up my heart in my current connection. So this is one of those messages. It'll either hit or it won't. But if it's hitting, you know this within you, that there's a wound here within you that you haven't quite fully healed. I want to get you 3 cards of advice here. 3 cards of advice here for Cancer about keeping their heart open or opening their heart. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the 4 Swords and we have the Tower. Wow. And then we have the Queen of Wands, King to the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Magician. So I think that's exactly what needs to happen here. And I don't want to call it instant healing, but it's almost like the moment you take that inspired action of the Queen or King of Wands to address this past wounds, the sooner you get on this 4 Swords journey, I think you start feeling remarkably better, almost instantaneously. This is something you've buried deep within you. And look, I could be speaking to a Cancerian where you're married. You're married, you love your person, they love you. But this hurt kind of hangs over like a bit of a cloud over your relationship. And your person might not even fully realize it, because maybe you've always been a little standoffish when it comes to your heart from when they met you. They love you anyway. You're the Queen and King of Cups of Tarot, so you have a great propensity here to love. But they might not know how much more you actually could love, because maybe for some of you, you've been reserved from the onset of this relationship. So it's like in the High Priestess energy, you and you alone know that you're actually suppressing the ability to go full throttle in the connection because of the past pain or hurt. So these are your messages, my love. The sooner you start working on the healing, the sooner you're able to open up your heart, whether you're currently in a connection or you would like a new person, a new romantic partner in the future. We have the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. For some of you, this could require counseling, therapy, journaling, maybe starting to write a diary. There's definitely something here of needing to work on this, because the Magician card for me, right, that's an individual who has all 4 aces. And so I feel like this is the divine or source, the universe here saying you're fully equipped to handle this and to heal yourself for the long run. And that Hierophant energy in this type of reading could mean that you maybe need some third-party assistance, again, whether that is talking to a very trusted friend or advisor, a therapist, a counselor, or doing some self-help guides, or following some self-help like tutorials even online. But the sooner you heal this, the sooner you're either blossoming in your current connection, and I mean it, you'll notice the shift right away. So as soon as you start healing this, because some of you just buried it, the sooner you start healing it, my love, the sooner your heart opens. And if you're currently in a connection, you'll really see it bloom and blossom. And for those of you that are single and desiring a love partner, you'll be more inclined to get out there and want to meet someone new. And you will trust yourself when meeting these new suitors. Because with that 7 of Cups card, if you're single, there's several new soulmates on path for you. But you need to learn how to trust yourself. And I think the first step to doing that is healing this wound from the past. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your new moon in Leo message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe you just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Let's take a look at your new moon in your sign messages. If you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. You have lost compass, getting back to integrity, card number 35. You then have full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. And then you have moon dance, celebration. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Leo. Let's clarify these oracle cards for you, my darling. For Leo, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about lost compass, getting back to integrity, full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check, and moon dance, celebration? One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, we have the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. That leaves the 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Devil here at the bottom of the deck with the Hangman energy. I feel for some of you, if it hasn't happened yet, I feel like it's happening in the new moon in Leo on the 24th. I think what you're realizing when it comes to your partnerships, it's not so much that maybe you are, well, I should say, yeah, like maybe selecting or choosing the wrong partners, but I think you're realizing that it's a pattern within you. I think that's the reality check. Yes, am I looking for a King or Queen of Pentacles that can go the distance and wants to grow with me and invest in a connection with me for the long run? Because that's typically what King, Queen of Pentacles does. But I think what you're realizing here is, for some reason, and it's a pattern within you, of constantly attracting the same kind of person. It's like same type of person, different meat suit, different body. All right, tell me about the Knight of Pentacles here to the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is specifically for those of you who are, I don't want to say constantly, but, you know, in the pursuit of happiness, Knight of Cups, in the pursuit of love. And you've been, in this pursuit for quite some time in the Knight of Pentacles energy. But I think the reality check here is like the individuals that I've been selecting are not in it for the long run. And it doesn't have so much to do with them. It has to do with a pattern here within me. So it's healing a wound within the Leo collective of why you keep selecting the same type of person. All right, tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles here to the Knight of Cups for Leo. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, Four of Wands wanted to show itself. The Page of Pentacles and the Hermit. So you either have been doing or you're in the process of really going within and trying to learn, why do I continue to repeat this pattern, right? Learning that, hey, you know what? It all begins with me. This pursuit of happiness that I have been in for quite some time. The reason why I am selecting the wrong partner doesn't have so much to do with them, although I'm not saying that they're individuals of integrity or anything like that, but it's looking within oneself and learning something new about oneself and saying, oh my God, I just keep picking the same type of love partner over and over and over again. So it's not so much them, it's me. It's me not knowing my worth and value. And therefore, I'm continually selecting people who don't know my worth and value, or I'm settling for people. And again, I hate to make it, hierarchical, but I keep choosing less because I don't believe I'm worth more. I hope that's making sense to someone watching. So getting back to integrity is finding this wound within yourself and recognizing and saying it's not so much them, it's me. Because look, people who are not on our same vibrational wavelength, they'll always be attracted to us. I'm just speaking like you. I'm not a Leo or have any Leo placements, but regardless of, zodiac sign here. But whether or not we choose to interact or engage with that individual says a lot about us and how much we value ourselves. Okay. So I think that's the lesson here that you have been learning, or for others of you, you will be learning now in the new moon in Leo. It's like this aha epiphany moment, reality check. Okay. Now I have the clarity. It's not so much them, it's me. Okay. I want to get 3 more cards on this, please. 3 more cards on this, please, for Leo. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have Judgment, Queen of Cups, and the Star. Definitely healing a wound here within yourself. Could be a mother wound for some of you, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's, could go back to childhood with that Page of Pentacles. Either the way a mother figure in your life loved you or didn't love you, or maybe the way you saw a mother figure in your life be loved or not loved by whomever her companion or companions or partner or partners were. So there is, for a lot of you, going back to childhood and recognizing this seed was planted in you. That's why it's been a pattern for you your whole life when it comes to choosing love partners. So for some of you, this has something to do with a mother wound. Again, either your interaction with a female figure growing up, or the way you saw her saw that mother figure interact with a love partner or partners, and making the judgment call to say, I recognize it. Now I know where that pattern comes from, and now I can actively begin healing it so I can get back to integrity, back to knowing my self-worth, and I don't repeat that cycle again. This is kind of giving me like Wheel of Fortune vibes here. So I don't repeat that cycle again. Taking a reality check. Ace of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, sometimes I can see the Ten of Pentacles as like generational wound, generational trauma. So for some of you, again, that feeling is like going back to childhood. If it's not childhood, because, I hate being one of those readers where we put everything on our childhood, although it's true. The way we learn to love and receive love and give love often is part of our foundational upbringing. So we do learn a lot from that in childhood. But maybe for some of you, if it wasn't that, maybe it was just like one long-term connection you had in your life where you tolerated far less than you deserved. And it wasn't so much the other person's fault, although it was. But in terms of the reading, it's more recognizing of, oh, I allowed that person to do what they did to me for so long because I didn't know my own worth. When we don't know our own worth, we can't expect anyone else to know our worth. We're also then not as discerning as we should be when it comes to choosing a life partner or just, choosing a romantic partner. So I think that's the aha epiphany moment here for the Leo collective. Like, oh, it's been me. Oh, it's a repetitive pattern or wound within me. Or it's a self-worth issue within me. I do like that you're healing the wound, the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Wands. For those of you recognizing this, you either have been actively working on it or you will be begin the process of working on it now in this new moon. Let's clarify this a little bit further. Ten of Pentacles to Ace of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Three of Swords, healing that wound, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Wands, healing that wound, seeing things from a different perspective. It wasn't so much that I selected the incorrect or, incompatible partner or partners in the past. It was more or less all derived from this wound within me. So now you're actively healing the wound. One, it's a spiritual lesson. Absolutely. Two, moving forward now that you know your worth, the Hierophant card is someone who like, I know my worth, I know my value, it's rooted in concrete. You can't gaslight me into thinking I'm worth less than what I actually know I'm worth. So healing this wound for you actually makes you way more resilient and stronger than you realize. And that will then enable you to create some healthy boundaries, Seven of Wands, with individuals in the future. And again, it's healthy boundaries, not standoff boundaries. But when we know our worth and value, and I just heard lower grade. Please don't get mad at me if you're a cross watcher. I only see the messages that I channel. How else can we word lower grade? Interacting with individuals who are not, now I just heard worthy, who are not worthy of us, or who don't know our self-worth, it'll be far easier to say no, or to not acknowledge those individuals, or interact with them, or engage in a romantic connection with them. Once we know our value and our worth, and it's rooted in concrete, no sly, slick, Casanova, masculine or feminine, will be able to cross that boundary and convince us otherwise, convince us to accept less than what we know we're not only worth, but what we deserve. Okay, my spirit guide today is wild with you, so I'm sorry if the cross watchers are offended. Tell me more about this. Eight of Pentacles to Nine of Wands, because this is now actively working on self-mastery, actively working to heal this wound, and man, is it a cause for celebration. Definitely a cause for celebration. Tell me more about this here for Leo. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hangman, seeing it from a new perspective. Again, the Page of Cups, going back to that childhood. It's almost like now we need to relearn love. Now we need to relearn how we show up in love, what we should expect from a love partner. And look, if you don't want to relay this, or apply this to a romantic partner, it could just be in all your connections, platonic and romantic. Because odds are, when we don't know our self-worth in a romantic connection, then we usually don't know our self-worth in other connections. So you can certainly apply this across the board. But this is seeing this whole wound from a different perspective, healing it, and then literally like starting from scratch, page level. How we give and how we receive love. Six of Wands, and there's your victory. There's your cause for celebration. Seeing it, seeing where it comes from, actively now working to heal it and saying, I literally need to reprogram my brain and my heart when it comes to self-worth, self-value. I need to have more integrity and be more discerning when it comes to connecting with people, professional, platonic, or romantic. That's the victory. That's the victory. High Priestess, Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Tell me more about this here. Now it's like, now it becomes part of your spiritual lesson, High Priestess, because the High Priestess is, an individual in tarot, or the energy of an individual in tarot. This individual holds the book of knowledge. It's like all the universe's secrets. So moving forward now, you're less inclined, or you will be less inclined to ever repeat this pattern again, because that book of wisdom now is deep within you. We all have one. You're in the process now of writing a new entry in that book of wisdom. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, an individual who truly knows their worth and value and knows what they deserve, and they're very discerning. And that means I have to be alone for a little bit, or my social circle is a bit smaller, or maybe even non-existent. It's fine. Until the right person or people come along, I'm good. Same thing in respect to a love partner. If that means I have to wait it out for the one or the right person, it's fine. I'm good on my own. And because of that, once you learn that lesson and you're so independent and really taking good care of yourself and knowing that you're okay being alone until the right, person or people come along, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I will never be a beggar again. Beggar for affection, attention, love, adoration, et cetera, et cetera. Being way more balanced now. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Clarified by the Six of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Death card. It's over. It's over. Now making the active choice, lovers, Nine of Cups. I'm putting myself first when it comes to Two of Cups. All connections in my life, again, professional, platonic, or romantic. Putting myself first, Nine of Pentacles, putting my happiness first, Nine of Cups, and making the active choice in every connection in my life, existing or new. I will never forget the lessons of the past. Death card, Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. I found out or figured out where the root of that comes from. I'm now in the process of reprogramming my heart in my head. I'm no longer lost at sea in this lost compass card. I've taken a reality check. I see where the wound is, and I will never repeat it again. And man, is that a cause for a celebration here. Moving forward in life with that book of knowledge, now working Three of Pentacles, only on healthy, making the choice, only laying the groundwork when it comes to healthy relationships. It's like death to the old Leo. This is Leo 2.0 here being emerged in the new moon. That is your message, my love. I love it. I don't like what you went through, either, you know, as a child or with a long-term connection in your life, or maybe even a string of them. But man, the way you're coming out on the other side, strong, steady, stable, sturdy, knowing your worth, seeing the wounds. You know how long it takes people, myself included, to, because it's so easy, right? When we have professional connections or platonic friends or maybe even family members or a love interest or interest, always do us wrong. And myself included, I've been there. Very easy to say that person, that person, that person, that person is at fault. And there's something very different saying, wait, time out. Why do I keep attracting these people? Why do I keep attracting the Johnny-come-latelys? Why do I keep attracting friends that I give my all to and they give me very little in return? I'm constantly begging them to you know, just show up and be a friend for me. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be able to go within and say, I'm the problem. You know, what's that Taylor Swift song? Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the problem. There's something rooted in me that keeps attracting this type of individual. And once I heal that wound and I move on from it and I've learned that lesson, I'm never to repeat it again. And if that means, again, the social circle gets small, or I'm going to be, you know, alone for a while until I meet the right kind of person or people in my life, I'm good with that. And I love that you are coming through this entire cycle or chapter of your life, really rebirthing a whole new you when it comes to your connections. So I'm definitely seeing this now as Wheel of Fortune, plus it's card number 35. 3 plus 5 is 8. So it's like self-mastery. Now you get to move forward a whole new Leo. And if you have to ride it alone for a little bit, you're willing to do that too. This is even when it pertains to family connections with that 10 of Pentacles. I don't think you're putting up with SHIT from anyone ever again. You want equal reciprocity, you want balance, or I think you're making the active choice to just no longer have those types of people in your life. And bravo to you. It's taken you a long time to realize you're not a doormat, and you're not, and you've actively healed the wound or are in the process of healing the wound. So whatever beverage you choose to drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, please pour yourself a glass this new moon in Leo and celebrate that you are coming through this really a new portal and entering a new chapter of your life where you will never allow people to take advantage of you again. Bravo to you and cheers to you, my friend. That's what I have for you. That is your new moon in Leo message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. We have Garden of Venus, Rest and Renewal, card number 25. Very Empress-like energy there. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. And then you have Moon Goddess, Higher Power. Okay. Tell me more about this here. I feel like it's a renewal in terms of your heart. Yeah, there's definitely a renewed energy here when it comes to matters of the heart for the Virgo collective. I think you've taken a time out from love, from romantic connections, or pouring your heart into connections. This has a beautiful heart actually hanging off of one of the tree branches here. And then we have two birds, hummingbirds. So yeah, I feel like you're coming out of a cave or a time period in your life where you weren't very open to opening up your heart and weren't very receptive to people. And that could even be platonic connections. But man, are you changing? You are changing in this new moon in Leo. I've tapped into a group of you. You're ready for love. And if you're currently in a connection, you're ready to take a breather. Okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to open up my heart even more. Beautiful. Tell me more about this here for Virgo. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. I like this. Bottom of the deck, Death, the Magician, and the Knight of Swords. And that leaves you coming out of the cave, a Hermit energy here. Hermit, Justice, and Page of Cups. Yeah, definitely have tapped into a group of you where you're ready for love. You're nervous. Don't get me wrong. 8 of Swords. There's a lot of mental mashed potatoes going on up there. But I've tapped into a group of you where after a period of maybe not connecting with a lot of people, or like I said, maybe having connections but not being very vulnerable within them, I'm now ready, and I'm speaking like you, now ready. Even though I have got some doubts and fears and insecurities and some reservations, I'm ready to step forward and start working and building serious connections in my life, connections that can go the distance, again, with friends or even with a lover. I do see love here on the table for you. So tell me more about the Eight of Swords here to the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you took a time out maybe from people or, like I said, romantic partners. But now it's like, now I'm ready. I've rested. I feel rejuvenated. And you're entering the Garden of Venus here, the Garden of Love. Good for you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups, Seven of Cups. Yeah, it won't be easy, right? There's still doubts, fears, confusions, heartbreak from the past. You know, as we enter that next stage, and I'm just speaking like you, as we enter that next stage of just kind of opening up the door and wanting to see, you know, who's out there, platonic and romantic connections. Yeah, we are reminded that the last time we opened up the door, it stung, you know. It didn't feel very good. It didn't end very well. But I think you're ready. I'm going to take the Seven of Cups here as Neptune and Pisces. Well, that is the astrological placement for it. But I feel it's like I'm ready now. I'm ready for, I don't want to just dream and fantasize, right? Neptune and Pisces is dreaming and fantasizing. I don't want to just dream and fantasize anymore about finding the right friend or friend group or maybe even a love partner, or if I'm currently in a connection, I'm tired of daydreaming and fantasizing about what it could be. I'm willing to put in the Pentacle energy to meet this person, these people, or take the current connection and just kind of see where it goes. Willing to invest just a little bit more of my heart as well as some Pentacle energy to connect with people on a deeper level, on a more spiritual level, in that higher power card there. I like this. New cycle here opening up for you, becoming a little bit more vulnerable. Three of Cups to the Five of Pentacles. Again, I feel like the lessons from the past are not lost on you, but that taking a breather, I feel like you already took a time out. From people, from romantic partners. Now you're ready to engage. You're coming at it slow, which I like. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, like, just going to kind of see where it goes. I'm not forgetting what happened to me in the past. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. I like that. Taking the wisdom with you in your little book of knowledge here as the High Priestess. But it's like being cautiously optimistic. And that's far better than where you had been in the past, which was, I don't want anyone to ever freaking touch me again. You know, that kind of feeling, or I'm never going to trust anyone again. So being cautiously optimistic, I like this. Tell me more about this here for Virgo. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. Again, Four Cups there at the bottom of the deck. Again, you went through something really devastating, right? Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. But despite all of that, because you took the time to rest, to recover, to heal, maybe even heal some wounds within yourself, not just heal from the heartbreak of the past, I feel like you're, again, I'm very cautiously optimistic. Despite what I've gone through in the past, you know, at the end of the day, you're a mutable sign. So it's almost like transmuting the pain now into power and saying, I'm a better balanced Virgo than I was in the past because of these incredibly hard lessons that I learned. But despite the losses or the grief or people who stabbed me in the back or lied to me or connections that came to an end, I'm still going to remain optimistic when it comes to connecting with people. I like this. You took enough time. A lot of signs don't. I got to be honest. They kind of just jump from one friend to another, to another, to another. Or I should say unhealed version of a lot of the zodiac signs. Or they'll jump from one lover to another after another. And we hear people say that a lot. Oh, the best way to get over one person is under another. That's not what you did. And if you did it once or twice, it didn't work out. And you were like, you know what, I'm going to totally retreat. I'm going to rest until I try it again. So you actually did something that most like kind of lower vibrational zodiac signs don't do, was you took the time to heal, not just from the heartbreak, but also maybe a wound within yourself that was allowing you to engage in those types of connections over and over again. Leo is now going through that transformative stage of seeing wounds within themselves and healing heartbreaks and patterns. I feel like you've been doing this for the last year or so, and that's why you're ready to like, okay, I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic and see who or what is out there. High Priestess to the Knight of Cups. Ready to open up my love, ready to chase love. I'm in the pursuit of happiness, but I'm taking those lessons with me. You know, the High Priestess is an individual who has the book of knowledge, so that, you know, those lessons are deep within you. You will never forget them. Again, you've learned some real valuable lessons. You're probably a hell of a lot more intuitive now than you were back then, because now you're able to I don't want to say judge people, but gauge people or read people better than you were back then. And I think that's why, because you heal those wounds and you now have the self-confidence within yourself to like spot a red flag, or now you have far greater discernment than you had in the past. I think that's why now you're like, I'm in the pursuit of happiness. And again, whether it's in platonic connections or romantic connections. Tell me more about this pursuit of happiness here for Virgo. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we have? We've got the Lovers, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit. There you are. Cautiously optimistic, being way more discerning when it comes to planting seeds in soulmate, soul bond connections, but you're ready. You're ready to get out there. Eight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. You're ready. You're more than ready. Some of you are already engaging with an individual. You're already in a connection. For others of you, you are about to meet someone, like very soon. Again, if you're going to live in your house with the windows and doors closed, then that'll never happen. But for those of you ready to just kind of explore and see what's out there past your doorstep, you do find someone relatively quickly. Again, don't forget those lessons, but you do have someone, you do have a soulmate now on path. For others of you, you've already connected with this individual. Tell me more about this person, because I see the Death card to the Magician card there to the Knight of Swords, and it's like I'm now in the pursuit of happiness, in the pursuit of my manifestations. I'm ready to, because I have transformed myself when it comes to matters of the heart. Now also my manifestations have transformed. And look at that, like the Death card to the Magician. So the type of friend or friends or lovers that maybe you had hoped and prayed for in the past, that's not what you're manifesting now. That's not what you're trying to attract now. That's not what you're going after now. So this change in you, this transformative change in you has also transformed the types of people or the love partner that you're calling in as well. I want to know more about the love partner here. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Emperor, we have Temperance, and we have the Hierophant. Wow. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, King of Cups. If you're currently in a connection, this connection really has the possibility to go to distance. Slow and steady. Always on guard. Emperor's always on guard, which is smart because you're taking those High Priestess lessons with you. But Temperance energy is fire energy, but it's Sag, but it's a quiet energy here. So for those of you currently in a connection, I see you making slow incremental progress with this individual, opening up your heart more and more by the day. This very well could be a connection that leads to a long-term commitment here in the Hierophant energy. For others of you, you're about to meet an individual, and you very well here have the possibility of really going the distance with this person. Death card to the Magician. Because you have transformed, now your manifestations have transformed as well. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Tower, Page of Wands, and the King of Cups. Oh, I love this for you. Six of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Empress. Emperor to the Empress. So for some of you, you're currently in a connection, definitely take it slow. That's my advice, as your reader, but also intuitively what I'm picking up. Because again, Temperance energy is it's a quiet, slow burning fire, but you have a really good possibility here of this current connection truly going the distance. And for others of you, the minute you start manifesting differently, showing up differently in terms of connecting with like platonic connections, friend connections, or even looking for a love partner. And I think it's already happened. I don't really think you need to do this transformation because you have transformed your manifestations or your ideal type of friend or friends or friend group or your ideal partners. I feel like that all changed. That changed because of this heavy ending. So I don't think you have to do much there, except now get out into the world. Tower to the Page of Wands to the Knight of Cups, because I feel like for those of you who are willing to, again, take that one step out of your doorway, out of your comfort zone, Page of Wands, discover what's out there. I think you're meeting this. For some of you, you're looking for friends. I think you meet a pretty solid, emotionally balanced friend, or maybe even like a larger friend group within the next month. And for others of you, this is love. This is a love partner here that you're meeting within the next month of you becoming vulnerable and putting yourself out there. And I think you'll be surprised. This person, even for those of you currently partnered, this person is different than all of your past people. Again, because you transformed, your manifestation transformed. The type of person that you want transformed, or the type of friends that you want have transformed as well. You have leveled up, and now the connections in your life have to level up as well. I like this for you a lot. Again, I don't like what you went through. I like that you're taking the lessons with you. And I like that every day, more and more, you're opening up your heart. For those of you who are single and you're willing to be vulnerable and put yourselves out there, I do think that you're meeting pretty solid love partner here within the next 30 days. So that is what I have for you. That's your new moon in Leo message. Go boldly and bravely out there into the new frontier and meet this friend, or like I said, friend group. And for some of you, pretty serious love partner. So it looks like your time for rest and renewal is over. over. You're entering this garden of Venus. Your heart is open, and you definitely have some willing soulmates on the other end there waiting to greet you. All you have to do is take one step out of your comfort zone. That's what I have for you, Virgo. Your new moon and Leo messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. We have Moon Maiden, New Beginnings, card number 41. 4 plus 1 is 5. That is all about change. You then have first quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. Moon in detriment. Oof. Cut your losses. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Libra. New beginnings. Honor your feelings and cut your losses. Tell me more about this here for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're single, I feel like you have a new love partner here on path for you. Definitely new beginning in love here for those Libras who are single. For others of you, you're in a connection that you are realizing you need to close out. Some of you are in the process of closing out. All of you here are having a new beginning. So tell me more about this here for Libra. Moon Maiden, new beginnings. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. And moon in detriment, cut your losses. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, 2 of Cups. Knight of Swords. 3 of Wands. 5 of Wands. 10 of Cups, baby. And the moon. If you're a single Leo, oh, maybe you're meeting a Leo. If you're a single Libra, this new moon in Leo is the opportune time for you to get out of your comfort zone and get out there and meet someone new, because you have a new soulmate here. I felt that when I was pulling your cards. We have the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and Justice. That leaves the King of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, Hangman here, Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, I'm going to read this 2 different ways because I know that I have 2 groups of you on the channel. If you are a single Libra, you've been internally conflicted, and I don't know why. Maybe you're longing for a past person. Maybe you've got some fantasy of someone that you want, and for whatever reason, you're not with this person. So if you're a single Libra, you could have some internal conflict when it comes to meeting your next soulmate. Again, maybe you're longing for a past person. Others of you, you're kind of longing for someone else who's not in your life, but I know you're internally conflicted, but if you actually open yourself up and become a little vulnerable, you have a new soulmate on path, and it's not the person that you're thinking about. It's not the past person, it's a new person. It's not the past person, and it's not the person you're longing for. For others of you, you're currently in a connection where it's a hell of a battle. 5 of Wands to the 2 of Cups. You're fighting all the time with this person. There are disagreements here. There are arguments. I'm going to get into tarot more to see what that's all about. But the same thing with you is if you honor your feelings, Knight of Swords and the 10 of Cups, I get the feeling here that you will make the decision to cut your losses and turn your back on this person in this new moon in Leo energy here on the 24th. Even though you might not actively do it on that day, internally to you, you're making plans here to move ahead. 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and Justice. Maybe you've been a little reluctant to do this, file for divorce, get some kind of separation, become free and autonomous of this person. Something changes here in the new moon in Leo that you decide you're going to cut your losses. And for those of you who are single, I think you've been preventing, you've been holding yourself back from meeting, a new person. But again, I feel like if you can unblock the block, remove the block, and just cut your losses and say, look, that past person's never coming back around again, or the person I was hoping to have a connection with is never coming around again, and you become energetically free, 9 of Pentacle energy from that past person or the current person, yeah, I think justice here is served in terms of love. I think you have a very strong love partner come in. So yeah, I will read this 2 different ways for you, Libra. Tell me about the 5 of Wands to the 2 of Cups for my single Libras. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. High Priestess, the Hermit, and the 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups. So I think for some of you, you've been torn. You've been waiting for someone. You're waiting for a past person to come back. You've been reluctant to want to meet someone new. So you're either waiting for a past person, or maybe someone at some point crossed your path and you felt like, I'm meant to be with them, they're meant to be with me, but the relationship has not evolved. I think you're making the decision in the new moon in Leo that you need to cut your losses with that person, either the past person or the individual you've been desiring to be with. I think that's a pattern here. You're going to go within, it looks like, and cut that pattern of waiting for the past person. In that respect, I think you're ready for a new beginning. I think you're going to shock yourself because that's card 41 and 4 plus 1 is 5. And I think you are shocking yourself here, Libra, that you're no longer waiting for the past person or waiting for this other person that you've had an interest in. I think you're going to honor your feelings. I think what you're realizing here is life is short. You want the 10 of cups. You probably have 9 all to yourself where you're emotionally content, but you'd like someone to come along with an extra cup so you can actually like have the 10 of cups and work towards some type of emotional contentment in a relationship. I feel like I'm speaking to a Libra where you're single and you're feeling lonely. And that's understandably so because you have a lot of love to give. So I think you're going to honor your feelings and say, I can't wait for this past person to change or come back around again or this other person to choose me. I think you're cutting your losses in the new moon in Leo, and you will become free and independent officially, energetically speaking, from that individual. And then I do see a new person here on path. So I will get back to those of you who are partnered. But let me keep rolling with this message here for the single Libras first. 10 of Cups to the Knight of Swords. What is this? One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Strength card. Leo season, baby. For those of you who decide to do this, you have a new partner here. And again, I don't feel it's like you're leaving one person for another. I get the feeling here you've been single for a while, maybe waiting for the past person to come back, or you have, you've had your eye on someone, but the relationship really just either never took off or isn't taking off. I think you're looking for a new beginning in that respect. And I think you have a pretty serious individual here that you will be communicating with. Page of Swords energy here. So this could be like you bump into them, you have some small chit chat, maybe exchange numbers, you start texting. For others of you, that very well could be like on a dating app, dating profile, connecting with someone. This could also be someone introducing you to someone like, and I remember at one point when I had just gotten out of the divorce before I met my person, there were friends of mine who, when they were like, do you want to kind of start dating? And I was like, maybe. And they started like introducing me to people. I didn't like any of the people they introduced me to, so I never even went on a date. But it could be something like that, that if you're expressing yourself in that Knight of Swords to friends or family, that you'd like to meet someone, you very well then could have someone playing kind of mediator here, a little love connection, and connecting you with this new person. The Moon to the Three of Wands. Yeah, I think for some of you, you're shocked that you're doing this, that you're turning your back on this, waiting for the past person or waiting for this other person you kind of had interest in. I don't think you saw yourself doing this, but I feel like this new moon in Leo is giving you the power here to cut your losses and to move forward, to really find a solid love partner for yourself. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Wands. I think you've been battling yourself for a long time. I also think you've been sabotaging yourself by waiting for this person. And I think that's what you're realizing. I think what you're realizing is the days, weeks, months, years have gone by and you're waiting for someone who's not showing up the way they should be showing up. And I do think you're also realizing that you're sabotaging yourself. So it's not only that this person is sabotaging the possibility of having a new, brand new beginning with you. You're sabotaging yourself in love because you're sitting here being single and alone or lonely, with all this love to give and no one to give it to. And I think what you're realizing is I got to cut my losses and find someone to give all of this love to. 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and Justice. You're removing the blocks. Most of you are removing the blocks and you're ready to get out there. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Cups, the Tower, and the Queen of Wands. Bam, there he is, there she is. So yeah, it's almost instantaneously. And again, I don't really think that you have a lot of love for this person. I don't know why you were caught in this holding pattern, kind of in the 9 of Wands, like waiting for this person. But I feel like the longer you waited, the feelings here for this individual dissipated. It's almost like you started healing from the loss of this person before they even entered or re-entered your life again. And so I don't think it's a big leap here to go from energetically cutting the tie with this person and then finding a new person, because I don't really think this person's been in your life a lot to begin with. Again, either you're waiting for the past person or you kind of set your sights on someone. Maybe you chit-chatted with them a little here and there, but the relationship never evolved. I've tapped into a group of you where you're tired of waiting. You have a lot of love in your heart, and you're ready to give that love to someone. I want to take the cards out that were here before. We had the Moon, and then I forgot what clarified the Knight of Swords here. Was it the High Priestess? I think it was the High Priestess card of honoring your feelings. I'm pretty sure it was the High Priestess card. No, it was the Ten of Cups. Thank you. Oh, I just got yelled at. Okay. It was the Ten of Cups. Sorry. Now, for those of you, so yes, for those of you where you're disengaging with this individual, I feel like it's just energetic. I really don't see like a lot of love lost there, to be quite honest with you. I think you were grieving and healing this during separation or the non-connection that you had with them. And yeah, I think once you do this in this new moon in Leo, and I think you're going to shock yourself by doing it, but you do have someone coming in, someone who's vibrant, possibly either an earth sign or a fire sign. Here seems to be entering your life. I'll get one card here for timing for you, for those of you who do that. I think it comes in rather quickly, though. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Timing for you, my love. Six of Pentacles wanted to show itself again. We have the Queen of Cups, and we've got the Six of Wands. Wow. Within 1 month. Within 1 month of opening yourself up energetically, getting out of your comfort zone, pouring a little pentacle energy there into actually meeting someone, you have victory and love here, my friend. And this is not this past person or person you've been waiting for. This is new love here for you. I have a King of Wands. I have the Hierophant. I have the Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups. This is new love for you. And it's an individual that you'll have a lot in common with in that Hierophant energy. This is someone who shares the same morals and traditions as you do, maybe even the same religious and political beliefs. So I love that for my single Libras. Ten of Cups and Five of Wands. I did it again. Okay, for those of you who are in a difficult relationship now, and it looks like you're about to cut your losses with this person. Tell me about the Five of Wands here to the Two of Cups for my Libras in this turbulent, just heard turbulent connection. For my Libras in a turbulent connection. One more shuffle here. The letters V or K could be relevant to someone watching. We have Eight of Wands. We have Nine of Swords, and we have Judgment. Okay, so it looks like within the next 8 days, you are making the judgment call here. There's some information or news that you're acquiring. It has you really up in your head, my love. Four of Swords to Five of Swords. It's almost like, can I heal this now? Can I even fight for this now? I got Four Swords on one side, Five on the other. So there's some incoming news, information, conversation that you're having either with this person or about this person. Ten of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Tell me more about this here. I feel like you make the judgment call here to have a new beginning. Knight of Pentacles. So it's trustworthy. The information you're receiving or the communication is trustworthy. Hangman. It'll shift this entire connection for you. You'll see it now in a new perspective. Chariot, and then I think you're leaving. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords. As much as it pains you, I think you'll make your decision to depart from this individual, and you're pretty solid here in the Four of Pentacles. It's like very stubborn energy. I made the decision, and this is what I'm going to do. So you're receiving some type of, again, it could be a conversation you have with this person that just opens up your eyes and makes you see them in a new light, in a new perspective. And it's real tangible communication. I mean, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth, right? And I think that's what puts you on this pathway to begin leaving this individual. For others of you, you're hearing trustworthy information. Just tell me a little bit about the trustworthy information here for Libra. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Only take this if it resonates, please. You may find out that in an act of selfishness, I normally don't get that with the Nine of Cups card, but you might find out in the act of selfishness that this person was like planning a relationship with someone else, or planning to move with someone else, or spending money on someone else. Planning to move with someone, in a relationship with someone else, spending money on someone else. Something like that here. In an act of selfishness. Ten of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Spending their money or pentacle energy on someone or something they should not. have been spending their money on. Like, so if it isn't another person, it could just be like some secret addiction you didn't know about or something like that. There's something here of this person, you acquiring tangible proof that they were selfish in how they spent their pentacle energy. Okay. 10 of Cups. I just saw the 5 of Cups. So in honoring your feelings, I think this information communication here, it takes you from the 10 to the 5. And again, we've got the Knight of Swords, which is that active conversation, information, communication. I think it takes you from the 10 to the 5, and this is where you're deciding to honor your feelings. I can't pretend anymore to be in the 10 of Cups with this person. I think you feel you're at an emotional loss here over this. King of Swords, there you are, and the 5 of Swords. There might be an argument here over what you find out or what you already know, because everyone's on a different timelines. For some of you already know this, and you're confronting this person, and there's this argument about it. For others of you, you will be finding this out, and you're confronting them. It does appear here that there's an argument either way, but I think you're honoring your feelings. I think this is like you telling this person it's over or something like that. There's something of you having all of this anger within you because of what they have been doing or what they've done or what you just found out about. And it's almost like, I got to get it off my chest. So be careful with that. Be careful with your rage or your anger. I'm not saying it's not warranted. And I understand honoring your feelings is wanting to vocalize to this person what they have done. But I don't think it's going to change them. I don't think it changes this person. 6 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Death card. I don't think it's going to change this person. I think you'll feel victorious that you were able to speak out and say, I know the truth, and kind of like, I know what you did last summer type of thing. And maybe it's just you wanting to have the satisfaction to tell this person that it's over. It could be that too. But I don't think if you're doing it to change this person or to give them like a wake-up call, shake-up call type of thing, I don't think it changes their behavior. They're not addressing what they're doing here. Whatever it is they're engaging in, it makes them feel too good in that 9 of Cup energy. It's almost like they don't see anything wrong with it. It's almost like you're the problem because you don't understand it. Can't you just be happy? Can't you just be happy? Like, do you have to concern yourself with what I'm doing here? Yeah, you do. And I think that's why you're cutting your losses. So the Moon to the 3 of Wands, I feel like you're making the decision here to move on from this person. Moon to the 3 of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands. And we have the High Priestess. Queen of Swords, Hierophant, Hermit. To the Devil. I think this person makes you a tempting offer. This person will try to do this again with you. What is the offer? What is the offer? I think you block it in the 2 of Swords. I don't think you're having it. But what is the offer? One more shuffle. What is the offer? 7 of Wands, the Death card, the 3 of Swords. The offer is we can heal this. We can transform the relationship. Knight of Wands, the Magician, the Hierophant. We could transform the marriage, or we could get married. Like for those of you who aren't married to this person might propose marriage. This person is very 7 of Wands. They're standing their ground on this. We can rebirth this. We can heal this. We don't have to end this. Yeah, we can fix this. Knight of Wands, the Magician, the Hierophant. This is either we can get married or we could save this marriage. Something like that. Hermit to the Devil card. This person, aside from being like having some type of toxic trait here or something they're doing, there's also something about control here over you. Again, it goes back to this selfish energy of you should just be putting up with this. Now, they're not going to say that to you. Here, this is begging, pleading. This is begging, pleading. This is, we can get married, right? Queen of Pentacles is the marrying queen, or King of Pentacles, marrying king. So this is like, we can have a bright future, or we built a lot together, or we can build a lot together. Knight of Wands is let's do it again. But the High Priestess, they're still keeping secrets. They're still keeping secrets. They're still not telling you everything about whatever it is they've been doing. And odds are they're going to continue doing it as well with that 9 of Wands energy smack up against the High Priestess. So this person isn't changing. What they're trying to do is just have control over you. I think you're cutting your losses. 2 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, Justice. Some of you, I think you're filing for a divorce if you haven't already, or it's something you're doing in the future. 2 of Swords, I think you're blocking this person. Now, maybe some of you, you're literally blocking this person, like on your phone and stuff, but I feel like you're blocking the offer. Nine of Pentacles is like, I need to become free and autonomous of this. That's my justice. This person's never going to give me justice. I have to give it to myself. Tell me more about this here for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. The devil. Free and autonomous of devil. Strength. It's going to take you a lot of strength to do this. Page of Cups. You might get help here from someone, or I feel like help is out there. If you ask for it, it could be a friend, a family member, a lover. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Queen of Swords. There's someone here that can help you. Help you heal and also help you like move on from this person. I think you're closing this out in Leo season. But with that moon card and then the strength card, I feel like this is all going down around that new moon in Leo. And I do think after that, you're definitely working here with at least one other individual here to kind of like plan your way out. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Yeah, maybe for some of you, you'll totally just pick up your stuff and move. That's possible, and you're going to stand your ground on that. But I think for others of you, this is more of like creating a plan to exit this person, especially if you have any type of shared resources with them. But it all begins with some kind of confirmation here of something you either suspected or you knew. There seems to be a verbal confrontation here between you and this person. I think you're honoring your feelings by telling them exactly what you think of them or what they've done. Like I said, some of you could be confronting them about it. You want to watch that. That might be what triggers this person into offering you the world here. But there's nothing here that they would change their behavior. In fact, they'll continue to do it in secret. So this is someone who, they don't improve. They just find better ways to hide it from you next time around. And I think you see through that. That devil to the strength card to the Page of Cups. There's one person here it looks like you're reaching out to for help. And you might not even be thinking of that person right now, but I feel like within the next month, it looks like most of you are reaching out to someone to help you get out of this. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your new moon and Leo messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. I'm going to have a sip of coffee because I've been doing this nonstop for like over an hour. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay. Hello, Scorpio. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. We have the Wall, Obstacles, card number 56. Break on through to the other side. That's a Doors song. That's odd. That was also, oh my God, that was also my senior class's saying for the year. Every year in my school, they would pick a saying, and I'm pretty sure ours was break on through to the other side. I've not heard that song in probably 30 years. First quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Talk about break on through to the other side. All right, good one there. And then you have ring around the moon, protection. Ooh, okay. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio. What do they need to know about these oracle cards here? For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about the Wall and obstacles? First quarter moon in Aries, step into your power, and ring around the moon, protection. What are you protecting? Overcoming an obstacle, stepping into your power to overcome that obstacle, and then it looks like you're protecting something. Tell me more about this here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Death card. Look at you and your power. Nine of Swords, the World. The Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Strength, Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords. What is happening here? Okay. Three of Pentacles, death to the obstacles. I see the obstacle, whether it's within me or external to me, right? Whether it's internal or external, different for all of you. I see it. I recognize it. I am now actively working to move it, bulldoze my way through it, overcome it. Tell me more about this here. This is you saying enough. Enough. Okay. You're scaring me. You're literally scaring me. Your energy is scaring me. It's like enough. Okay. Tell me about this here for Scorpio. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Cups. The Sun. King of Wands. I don't know who that person is, but there's an obstacle here that you're removing because of this person. What's happening here? It's a soulmate soul bond connection. There's affection, there's happiness, or there's the possibility for it. There's an obstacle here being removed with this person. Please don't accuse me in the comments of this reading being about me. This reading is not about me, even though I'm a Scorpio moon. I have no issues with my person. He's just, you know, recovering from major surgery. So please don't say this is my reading. It's not my reading. Two of Cups, the Sun, the King of Wands. There's an obstacle here being removed between you and another individual. Now, if you're a single Scorpio and you don't want the past person back, maybe you have had a wall up, right? Or a guard up about meeting new people. Maybe because the last person really broke your heart. Maybe you've been healing from it this entire time. And this is you saying, I really want to be with someone. I'm capable of protecting my heart, but also seeing, you know, who else is out there. So in that respect, I think you're working to actively remove blocks, maybe surrounding your heart chakra or your energy, so you can allow a new person in. So if you're single, you don't want a past person, I think you're realizing that you're healed enough, you've worked on your healing enough, that you want to overcome any obstacles or challenges you have to finding a love partner, and you're willing to become more vulnerable to meet someone. And I do think in that respect, you're meeting someone in Leo season. Again, for those of you being vulnerable enough to want to do that, you've closed a chapter on the old relationship, you've healed from it, you're ready for love, 10 of Cup energy. Yeah, I see someone here new on your path in Leo season. So for some of you, if you're single, that's what you're doing here in the new moon in Leo. You're like, you know what? The only thing getting in the way of me finding my next partner or a soulmate is me. And I need to actively work now to remove those blocks because I want love in my life. I might be nervous. 8 of Swords, I'm nervous because of what's happened in the past, but I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready to step out into the world. I will guard my heart. I will protect my heart, and I will take the lessons with me, but I'm ready to move bravely forward and start communicating with individuals and at least seeing what's out there. And like I said, I think you're then encountering someone pretty solid, and pretty quickly. I'll get timing for you on that individual for the singles. For those of you where you're currently in a connection, there could be a block. I don't know what the block or obstacle here is between you and your person, but if it looks like you are making the decisive decision to work on clearing that block between you and this person. And for others of you, maybe you've been disconnected from this individual, and in that respect, the block is being removed, but you're part of the reason why the block is being removed. So I don't know, maybe you blocked this person on your phone. Maybe they hurt you, you hurt them, you decided to block them. Now suddenly you make the decision to unblock them, and then it's like they end up texting you or something like that. There's some type of reconnection here made because you actively chose to remove, the block that you had on them. So it's a collective general reading. With Libra, I had 2 groups I read for. Leo, I had 2 groups. A couple of the signs, I had like 2 or 3 different groups to read for. So same thing here seems to be happening with the Scorpio collective. I have like two groups of you. I have the singles who are ready to get out there and meet someone, and you do. Bravo, congratulations. You're stepping into your power to do that. You're like, I want love. I want love. And so you're breaking through to the other side, like that song I heard, to see what else is out there, who else is out there. For others of you, you already have this connection in your life, and you're doing something here to help remove the obstacle. Let me get 3 cards on the obstacle. Trying to understand this better. It's so hard when you're reading for like thousands of people because it's a collective reading. So tell me more about the obstacle here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The obstacle, 4 swords, 5 of pentacles, and the high priestess. So the obstacle for some of you, and take them as just how they resonate. Some type of 3 of swords moment happened here between the 2 of you. And so the obstacle has been healing. Maybe you needed time to heal. They needed time to heal. Maybe both of you needed time to heal. For others of you, and this doesn't have to be each individual thing, right? Maybe some of you, you're dealing with all 3. I don't know. But we definitely have healing here. Healing from some type of 3 of swords moment. And then we have the 5 of pentacles. It's possible someone ghosted someone here, or someone abandoned someone, or at least made them feel abandoned. So that was an obstacle. And then we have the high priestess. So someone went quiet here. Something happened. There was heartbreak here. I stopped talking to you. You stopped talking to me. There was some distance put here. You needed to heal. They needed to heal. And things have been pretty quiet here between the 2 of you. That obstacle is being removed. And you're part of the reason why it's being removed. You're actively working on removing this obstacle. Tell me more about removing the obstacle here. Why is Scorpio removing the obstacle? One more shuffle here. Thank you. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Star card. There's something here within you, some type of realization that this person is part of like your wish fulfillment. Justice, Hangman. You're seeing it from a different perspective. You're seeing your connection with this person in a different perspective. I think you've worked on yourself a lot. I think you've worked on some wounds maybe some shadow aspects within yourself. And maybe what you're realizing is this person maybe wasn't showing up in the relationship 100% in their best form, but neither were you. I think that's the realization here in the new moon in Leo. So it's seeing it from a different perspective, that this person wasn't right 100% of the time, but I wasn't right either. So I think that's why you're actively working now, actively working on healing the shadow aspects within yourself that maybe crept up in this connection. I also think that the realization here is I've invested a lot of time in this connection. And at the end of the day, I really do want to be with this individual. I feel like you think it's the just and right thing that you end up with this person. So the feeling I get here is like, I want to work on this connection again, but this time around, I want to do it with some healthy boundaries because I've healed some shadow aspects within myself. I want to do it with Seven of Wands. So it's like you're removing the obstacle. Again, maybe you're unblocking the person or you're the one reaching out to them, something like that. Maybe you're sending them a letter or an email because this person's writing at a desk. And it could be for one or two of you watching. But the feeling here is I've seen it from a different perspective. I don't want to lose this person after all. I'm recognizing there are parts here within myself that contributed to the downfall of that relationship. And so I do want to reconnect with this person. I don't think you're here like 100%. I think that this is all going to come together, but I at least want to try. I at least want to try. And I think it begins with you. Self-mastering this shadow wound or aspect here within yourself. And then it looks like some type of communication here between you and this person. Tell me more about this person, the Two of Cups, the Sun card, and the King of Wands. They don't have to be a fire sign, but I feel like it's all happening in Leo season. That I do see happening. Tell me more about the connection with this person or the obstacle being removed, anything like that that Scorpio needs to know, or maybe even the shadow work they have to do within themselves. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Seven of Cups, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Devil to the Emperor to the Ace of Swords. So I feel like it's a twofold message here. I do think you recognize some shadow aspects within yourself that you're actively looking to control and to work on and to heal. So bravo to you for those of you where that message is resonating with you. I also think that when it appears here you're having a conversation with this person and you're also pointing out their shadow aspects. There seems to be a conversation here that takes place about, I want to work on this connection. I hate to put words in your mouth because that's not my intent as your reader. And again, this is totally not my reading, but there's something here about like, I want to work on this connection. Like I have a lot of love for you, King of Cup energy here. But I'm really confused about the direction of the relationship. I do see you as everything. Remember we saw that star card. We have the Ten of Cups here. So I do see you as someone that I would like to build with or maybe have a life with, but there's some toxicities in this connection, in this relationship. And some are on my side and some are on your side, but they need to be discussed. We need to kind of clear the air. Ace of Swords to the Seven of Cups about confusions and illusions and what is fantasy and what is real. It's almost like I'm willing to try this again with conditions. And the condition is we clear up the confusion and the illusion and we really just talk the facts. And we address that something toxic is happening here and part of it comes from you and part of it comes from me. That's the feeling I'm getting here. It's like, I'm willing to have this Four of Wands with you, but it's like on the condition of a very serious conversation that cuts through the Seven of Cup, fantasy, confusion, kind of delusion land. That's what I've pulled on that. So Ten of Cups to the Eight of Swords, to this step into your power. Yeah, I think you're realizing that, yeah, you're good on your own, right? Because the Ten of Cups encompasses 9 cups. So it's like, I'm good on my own, right? I can be emotionally content on my own. I'm speaking like you, but you do want the 1 cup from this person to make your 10 of cups. I think you're now stepping into your power to go after that. And I think you have some doubts, fears, and you know, insecurities and reservations here because we see that 7 of cup energy. So clearly not everything is, it's not a straight line in this relationship. There seems to be a lot of grays, not a lot of black and white facts. Or yeah, black and white facts here, but it looks like you're stepping into your power to get them. It's like you want an honest conversation here. Like, where are we going? One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. Again, I get the feeling here of, I'm willing to do this again with you. And there seems to be some type of exchange of apologies. Remember I said you have 9 cups and you want their cup? There's their cup. So I do think they're extending an apology for you, to you. I got to tell you, it's weak. It's a page. I would have felt better if we saw the knights or the king. That's possible. King's not on the table anymore. I reshuffled him before. So I would have felt a little better if maybe the apology was a little bit stronger. But again, I feel like you're willing to do this again and nurture this connection. This person's showing up weak. I do think you're exchanging apologies. 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Queen of Cups. I see you here, whether you're masculine or feminine, wanting victory and wanting reconciliation. But that 5 of Cups tells me you're a little disappointed in what you're hearing from this person. Again, I feel like the apology is small. I feel like the apology is small. Tell me more about this apology. The Page of Cups. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. You're coming at this very seriously. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. That's like the marrying king and queen. So it's like, I want this relationship for the duration. But then you're being received by a Page of Cups. Clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, and the 10 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Moon. I think you're disappointed. Moon, Devil, and the Emperor. I think you're disappointed in this person. I think you're removing obstacles and blocks within yourself. I think you're doing the shadow work. I think you're leveling up. I don't feel this person is doing that work. And so I think when all you're receiving from them in return is a Page of Cups, that 10 of Swords tells me you'll feel a bit betrayed by this person. Because again, you've been putting in the work here to master yourself. They have not. Tell me more about this person, and then we'll move on to the rest of the message. Tell me more about this person. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Fool, the Empress, and the 4 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 9 of Cups. I have to be honest. I think some of you go it alone. I think you protect yourself from this person with the World card. I didn't see that coming. I think some of you put the boundary back in place. I don't know if you're completely ending the connection. You could be for some of you, but for some of you, it's like, I need to take care of me, my structure, my stability. I think you're very disappointed in this person's either responses, or I almost get the feeling like you're kind of judging them during this conversation. And the feeling here is they have not grown. They've not put in any of the work. They've not grown. Yeah. 8 of Wands to the World card. I do think most of you are then creating space between you and this person. 8 of Wands to the World card. One more shuffle. 6 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands. I do think you end up, I don't know if you're going to block this person again. I didn't see that. If we would have had the 2 of Swords, I would have thought that. But I just kind of think you're creating energetic space between you and this person. I do think this person comes after you. Again, because I think basically what you're saying here is, I have no swords here. I don't even think you're saying much of anything back. I just think it's, okay, you know what? Until you grow up, I'm going to go over here and do my own thing. That's the feeling that I get. And I think you're as disappointed as you are in them. I don't think you're very heartbroken, because I think this person already did that before. Remember, we saw the 4 of Swords. So you've already been healing from the heartbreak. So this is more like a conditional conversation. I'm willing to try this again with you under these conditions. Oh, you're not ready for these conditions? Or you're being immature when it comes to discussing these conditions? Okay, call me when you grow up. That's the feeling. Call me when you grow up. And I think you just kind of move on and start working on other things. I'm not sure you're totally excommunicating this person out of your life, but they do come after you. 6 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands. A lot of wand action, FYI. But I do see this person then coming out. It's kind of like, whoa, wait, I didn't mean that. Chariot, 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups. There's still confusion here in this relationship. They're not giving you any clarity about, any concerns that you had here. So I kind of see you just kind of going off and doing your own thing. I think this person is pretty persistent. Strength card, Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Speaking of persistent, there he is. Oh, sorry, it was someone else messaging me. I was going to say there he is messaging me. He's not. Strength card, Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords. What is this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Then she comes back bossed up, because I think they're realizing you're protecting yourself and you're quite okay with walking away from this. And you mean it. There's no big fight. Remember I said no big swords. It's just like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. I'm showing up as an emperor or empress. You're showing up as a page. I don't think you're going to say this to this person, but it's probably what you're thinking in that Nine of Swords energy there. And it's like, okay, I'm going to step into my power. Okay, thanks for the information. I think you move on and you take care of you. I think this person comes after you. I don't think you're paying any attention. Strength card is quiet Leo energy. I think you're holding yourself back. And boom, this is when you get the Knight of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles. Six of Cups tells me it's the past person. Four of Wands and Ace of Swords. Now they're ready to have the grown-up, big boy, big girl conversation. It's almost like third time's a charm type of thing, because you tried it here once, didn't work. Then they come back around, second time, didn't work. Now they come up bossed up energy in Leo season. Can I have timing on that? Timing on that conversation. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Wands, within 1 week of them seeing that they can't, like you have the conversation and you're like, whatever, going to focus on me. We had the Eight of Wands. Within 8 days of you doing that, they come in around again, little Rico Suave kind of thing here, and you're not paying them any mind. You're holding yourself back. It's like within a week then of that happening, they come in. So second week in August after Lionsgate, after that full moon in Aquarius, looks like then you're getting the real conversation with, looks like pretty tangible offer. Again, all aces in tarot are just the possibility or the potential, but at least it's coming in. Hierophant, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. I think this is what it takes. You knowing your worth, your value, what it is that you want, you not accepting less, you being really in your power here and willing to walk away if you don't get what you want. I think that's what brings this person around. But it's going to take a couple of weeks of you being strong enough to protect yourself and resist, step into your power, and move into other things in your life. And going back to my singles there, I just want to tell you a little bit about your new person. The Libra reading ran long also, but for my singles, I just want to tell you a little bit about the new person. I don't want you to feel excluded. So for those of you where you have removed these blocks and challenges from your heart, you're ready to be vulnerable, step into your power, protect yourself, but also move forward to find someone. Tell me what my single Scorpios can expect. What can my single Scorpios here expect? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Single Scorpios, the Lovers. Look at that. 10 of Wands, Strength card. Lovers to the Nine of Cups. 10 of Wands to the Seven of Wands. And the Strength card to the Seven of Swords. Don't sabotage yourself because you have a soulmate, soul bond connection here on path for you. But there's something here about you sabotaging this. Why? Why would the Seven of Swords to the Strength card be there? Rush in too quickly? Because Leo energy in the Strength card is reserved. It's a quiet fire energy, much like the Temperance card is for Sagittarius. You could rush in too quickly into the next relationship because you're so eager, right, to connect with someone and you're meeting this person. You're making the active choice here to go out and meet this person. And then you're making the active choice to engage in a relationship with them, to get to know them. There's something here about you sabotaging yourself if you move too quickly into the next relationship. Tell me more about that here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, and 10 of Cups. See, it's a very quick progression. And then I think it ends in heartbreak. So for my single Scorpios, where you're ready to step into your power and you want to get out there and meet someone, I do think that you meet someone relatively soon. I'll get you timing on that. But there's something here about the connection being sabotaged because it's like we go from talking in that Page of Swords, the Eight of Swords, I'm getting like, I can't stop thinking about you. 10 of Cups, this is the person I'm meant to be with. And I feel like that ends up in Three of Swords, the Devil, the Emperor, the Six of Pentacles. It's a fool's rush in kind of thing here, and it's not good. And really what's happening is maybe you're not that ready for the relationship or a relationship after all. It could be more like toxic codependency of not wanting to be alone anymore. And it's okay to be alone. There's a difference between alone and lonely. And I kind of think that for some of you, if you rush into the next relationship strictly because you're lonely and you just want someone, I think it crashes and burns. I don't think your heart is done healing from the past connection that ended. I do think you have a soulmate here, but I think you have the potential of rushing into the relationship too quickly, and I think it crashes and burns. Seven of Wands to the 10 of Wands, stepping into your power. This would be going very slow, having boundaries. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hangman, the King of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this is almost like needing to see relationships from a different perspective. Like if you feel ready to enter the dating world, why? Is it just because you're lonely? Or do you really feel like you're healed and you're ready to make some solid connections? Page of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Like, have you really done the healing work from this terrible ending, Ten of Swords, that you've had? Or are you kind of just glossing over it and just wanting to connect with, you know, the first person that you meet up with? Because if that's the case, and then you think you're going to like rush to the altar and marry this person, I do think it crashes and burns. I think in the King of Wands energy, the intimacy would be great. I think there's a lot of attraction between you and this person, but either you're not ready, you're rushing in to a relationship when you're not quite yet fully healed, or you are healed and you're in the connection and then you immediately kind of want to take it from Nine of Cups to Ten of Cups. And I think moving it too quickly would crash and burn it as well. I want to get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for my single Scorpios. There's definitely something here about going slow. If you're going to re-enter the dating pool, one, you have to make sure you're fully healed. Otherwise, the past will repeat itself. So you have to be fully healed. And then for those of you who are fully healed, go slow. There's no need to rush this new connection. 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, slow. The Hierophant, slow to get to marriage. Slow to even have discussions about marriage. It's the first date. It's the second date. It's the third date. Do you want to make sure that you and this individual have the same beliefs or the same opinions when it comes to a higher level of commitment? Absolutely. If you're looking for long-term, you don't want to date a hit it and quit it kind of individual. But there's something here about going really slow before we get to the altar. And also that Five of Swords to the Hierophant, it's almost like you're just getting to know the person. There's no reason to talk about marriage right away. I feel like you're going to scare this person off for whatever reason, whatever, you know, traumas they've had that they've healed from. This is not someone looking for a shotgun wedding. This is someone looking for a long-term partner, but not overnight. This person wants to take it slow, and I think if you rush it, you'll scare them off. So that's your advice, my love. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. Those are your new moon and Leo messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's see what your new moon and Leo messages are. You have jeweled web connectivity, card number 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. So there's something changing here for you when it comes to a connection or connections. Last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. So I just heard you've come a long way, baby. So maybe some of you are like untangling yourselves from someone you've been like connected to. And then you have moon called, meant to be. This is giving me like 3 of cup kind of feeling here. So some celebration here. Okay, tell me more about this here for Sagittarius. Sorry that my voice is going. I've been talking for like 2 hours straight doing this reading, so I apologize. What does Sagittarius need to know about these messages, these oracle cards for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? We're clarifying jeweled web, connectivity, last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself, and moon called, meant to be. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. First card out, my dear, we have King of Cups, King of Swords, the Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. I feel like you have moved away, or you're in the process of moving away from this King of Swords here energy. Bottom of the deck, we've got Judgment, 9 of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely closing something out. 5 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 6 of Wands. This could be with a friend, family member, or lover. Now, maybe for some of you, you moved on from this person already. But I kind of feel like now, if that's the case, you're energetically untying yourself from this web. For others of you, you're still linked to this person somehow, but it looks like you're cutting them out. Ace of Cups to the King of Cups. I'm sorry, Ace of Pentacles to the King of Cups. Tell me more about this. And, you know, it's weird because I've been doing all of the readings and I haven't become confused. So... and I don't take anything. I take everything in a, look, I'm doing it again. I take everything in a tarot reading as a message. literally. So like for you, for the querent, for the person that I'm reading for. So I feel like you've been very confused about this individual for a long time. Either confused about letting them go, when you should let them go. Even for those of you where you have created distance, you still like maybe haven't energetically tied. So maybe there was some confusion about that. Like, should I wait for this person? There's definitely something here of when it comes to this particular connection, a lot of confusion here, because I even notice it in my words now, and I just kind of feel like that's been your energy. Very confused about this person. So Ace of Pentacles to the King of Cups. Tell me about this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Ace of Pentacles to the King of Cups. Three of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Five of Cups. I feel like you have someone new coming in here, Sag, the world, yes. Either as you're closing this out, or for those of you where you have closed it out already, I think you have someone new here. This is definitely new energy. This is a new person here wanting a new beginning with you. I don't feel like it's the past person at all. So for those of you where you have already cut this person out, I think, yes, you need to be very proud of yourself. The last quarter moon in Taurus. Taurus is all about stability. I think you've restabilized yourself. You have restructured yourself since moving on. Six of Swords, moving on from this individual. Six swords and the one sword that the king holds. Maybe this person was deceptive, lying, cheating, betrayal, untrustworthy to some degree. And so I think that you need to be proud of yourself for those of you who have moved on from this person. For others of you, because it's kind of like the zodiac signs all move along on like a very similar timeline, but you could be at different points of this. So like I said, for some of you, you've already done this, and this could be a friend, family member, lover, business partner. It doesn't have to be like a romantic partner for all of you. So for some of you, you've already moved on from this person, and in that respect, you need to be proud of yourself. And if that's the case, you have someone new here, so congratulations. You've kind of cut through the energetic web that you had here. You were entangled to this person, and now I feel like you have a new connection now coming into your life. And for others of you, you're a little behind on it. You're just starting now to like sever the tie with this person, and this is just letting you know what's coming up for you in the future is a new soulmate, soul bond connection. So it's almost like, the three cups are spilled. You still have another soulmate. This is your new soulmate here. So for some of you, you've already done it. You're meeting this person like now. That's the feeling I get, is like now. They're coming in now, like within the next month. And for others of you, it'll be within 1 month of whenever you cut this individual out. So World card, closing out for some of you, and new chapter here beginning for others. Okay, tell me about the Six of Swords to the King of Swords. Doesn't have to be an air sign that you cut out. I just feel, I'm getting the feeling here, this is someone who is cold, cruel, maybe manipulative, deceptive to some degree, definitely an untrustworthy individual. They could be a Taurus. They don't necessarily have to be. And I say that because I've got Taurus here in the card. But tell me more about this person. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Swords came out. I called it when I saw the King to the Six of Swords. So Seven of Swords, that's just doubling down on the message. Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. I think this person was immature. I think what they offered you was an immature version of stability in that Page of Pentacles. I don't think the connection ever went really far with them. Even if you were in the connection with them a long time, I don't think that it ever really grew as strong as it could have grown had this person not been engaging in Seven of Swords behavior. So this is the person you've left behind or you're leaving behind. There's definitely some level of deception, immaturity here. I think they gave very little. I also think for some of you, Seven of Swords to that Page of Pentacles tells me they might have used money to manipulate you, either to stay or to return to them at some point. And for others of you with that Page of Wands, they may have manipulated you with like sex or something like that. Only take those messages if they resonate to you. But there's definitely manipulation here, either when it comes to intimacy or finances, or maybe lying about a future or promising to change in the future. But even though they were a king, in their heart of hearts, they really are a page. And so I don't feel like the connection here ever grew to what it could have been or should have been because of their self-sabotaging behaviors here. Strength, took you a lot of strength here to move on from this person, or for those of you currently moving on from them. I think you did a lot of soul searching here with the Hermit card. And then the Four of Wands, I kind of think, oh, look at the Phoenix card there. Yeah, this is like I'm moving into the next chapter, a new portal here in my life, and you're not coming along with me. And I think you need to be really proud of yourself that you left this person behind, because again, if this was a friend, this could be like another friend coming in now who's more solid and structured and emotionally balanced here for you. This would be like a solid, individual. This is someone of solid character. This is the type of friend you've been waiting for. Same thing if it's like a family member you cut out. This could then be a friend who turns into a family member. If this was a lover you cut out, this would be a new lover. It also doesn't have to be one for one either. I left a lover and I'm meeting a lover, or I left a friend and I'm meeting a friend. You could be a single Sag who just cut out a family member and now you've got a new love partner. So it doesn't have to be tit for tat either. But you've cut this person out and you have someone solid coming. Whether they're platonic or romantic, will be different for all of you. But this individual is a hell of a lot more solid than this person. So you claim that portion how you want, platonic or romantic. 8 of Wands to the Hierophant. I think you sit on business here. I do. I think you sit on business. I think you communicated to this individual. Maybe for some of you, you were married to this person, or you just had different views of marriage. Maybe this person wanted to play the field and you didn't. But I feel like now you're bringing in what was meant to be. What you should have had with this person and you didn't, now it's coming in. 8 of Wands to the Hierophant. Tell me, why is the 8 of Wands to the Hierophant here? One more shuffle. Thank you. 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and 6 of Pentacles. Don't pass it up. Don't pass it up. This new person is meant to be in your life, whether it is a platonic connection or a professional connection or a romantic connection. I would not pass it up because of what this person did to you. 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. When you meet this person, you'll be at a Y point. Do I really want to engage with this individual? Do I even want to get to know them? 4 of Cups, I think if you don't, you might look back 4 months from now and think, it was a missed opportunity. I really should have talked to this person. Even if this doesn't go the distance in terms of love, because this is a more solid individual coming into your life, 6 of Pentacles tells me you're learning a lot from them. This person has a lot to give you. Either they will open up the doors for you professionally, or they will help set you up like in your new life, like maybe help guide you for those of you where you're leaving this tumultuous relationship. This would be like the person who kind of comes in and helps you. Could be a very solid business partner or a friend who opens up financial doorways for you. I feel this person can help you heal. 4 of Swords, Queen of Swords, straight shooter, 2 of Swords. Yeah, there's a feeling here where you might resist allowing anyone in, professional, platonic, or romantic, because of what this person did to you. But I feel like this person is meant to be here in your life. You're meeting them in the energy now of this new moon in Leo. If you can energetically open up yourself to them, I do believe that they come in. Obviously, you kind of have to get out of your house, right? And be vulnerable to meet this person. But I see some of you resisting this. I think this person has a lot to offer you. I think they're opening up gateways here for you. This is a gift from the universe because you made the right judgment call and you became free and autonomous of this person and you put an end to whatever it was here that they were doing to you. I feel like this person is a little bit of a giftie here to you. Again, if you're going through it, this person helps get you out some way, somehow. And for others of you where you're way done past this and you've healed it and you've untangled yourself from that wicked web that this person was weaving, I think this is someone solid now put on your path. Tell me more about the new person. I want to know a little bit more about the new person. More about the new person here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Obviously, use your discernment, right? But if you're meeting anyone new within like the next 8 days or within 8 days of the new moon in Leo, I wouldn't be quick to pass this person up. Obviously, be cautious, right? Use your intuition, be discerning, but I wouldn't quickly say no to this person. Knight of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the Hangman. I would see this connection from a different perspective. Have some healthy boundaries and have some conversations with this person. 6 of Cups, the World, 5 of Swords. I do feel like this person helps you. I think this person is a new soulmate, soul bond here, being put on your path. We've got the Strength card, Leo season, 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. Yeah, if you're trying to get away from that person, 8 of Cups, the Devil card, I feel like this person helps you get away. That 5 of Swords, no one's fighting. Someone's in a boat here. I kind of feel like this person brings you into the next chapter of your life. Again, obviously, use your discernment. But if you're caught up in whatever this is, I think this person is an out. And I think they're divinely orchestrated to be put on your path to help you get out of this. And for those of you where you're already out and you're ready to meet someone, I think this person's very beneficial to you. I think they help you heal some wounds. I think this ends up being a very solid person here in your life. I also think they went through something similar. So that's what I have for you, Sag. You have a new soulmate being put here on your path. This individual is either meant to help you get out of this horrible connection that you're in, or this person's a little gifty for those of you where you've already done it. You've already done the work. I just feel like it's someone really solid. I think you have a lot in common with this person in that Hierophant energy, maybe same morals, same political beliefs, possibly same cultural beliefs, or at least respect for one another's cultural differences if there are any. This is a new soulmate being put on path. It's meant to be. It's meant for you to meet this person. Again, please use your discernment, intuition, and of course you can always say no and reject them. But I would be cautiously optimistic. 7 of Wands card came up, so definitely have some healthy boundaries. But with that Knight of Swords there, I would communicate with this person and just take it slow, see where it goes. But be proud of yourself. You've come a long way. You've either disconnected from someone extremely toxic, or you're in the process of doing that. Either way, you've got a soulmate now on path, and they're coming in quick. I mean, like, what was that? Within like 8 days of the new moon in Leo. So if you're ready to be vulnerable and put yourself out there, that's who you will be meeting. That's what I have for you, Saggy. That's your new moon in Leo reading. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. You have Eye of the Needle, intentionality, card number 17. This is looking at the fine details of something. 1 + 7 is 8. It's giving me 8 of Pentacles vibe. I feel like this is you working on something. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. Maybe you're working to focus on the positive in regards to a particular situation, environment, or connection in your life. And then you have Moonlight Serenade, change your tune. So maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're deciding, I can't completely change whatever it is that I'm in. So I am choosing to intentionally see the positive of this situation, environment, or connection. King of Wands there at the bottom of the deck. Okay, tell me more about these oracle cards here for Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about Eye of the Needle, intentionality, new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive, and Moonlight Serenade, change your tune. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. I think you're creating a plan. 5 of Swords, Knight of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, the Fool, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Star card, Ace of Pentacles, and the Devil. I always love seeing you in your power come out. So I think you have been confused about something, and this has been coming up in your readings. You have some goal, wish, plan, dream, and you know that you want it. It's like you're here, and the goal, wish, dream is here, and you don't really know how to get there. You've like plateaued, or you're not capable of creating a plan. There's a lot of confusion here, right, in the 7 of Cups energy. I don't know how to get from here to here. I don't want to fight for this. I feel like it should be easy, and I kind of get the feeling here like you're right. So there's something here about I need to create a plan. I have to be very intentional, very precise on how I achieve this goal or this dream. I don't need to fight about it. I don't need to, go on an interview and fight with the interviewer to get this job, right? It should come easy. I don't need to fight with my spouse or my significant other here. I don't need to fight with a family member. So there's something here of I have a goal, I have a dream, I'm here, it's here, star card is here, and I need to cut through the confusion and illusion, and I don't want to fight about it, and I don't want to be internally conflicted. I just need to create a plan and then be very intentional when it comes to executing the plan. And even as the plan sometimes can get a little erratic, Knight of Wands energy, I need to focus on the positive, that I have the plan, and I'm now having this new beginning to work towards the plan. I think you're changing your tune on this. Knight of Cups to the 2 of Pentacles. I think you're creating a plan here, and I think you're moving towards it very methodically. This is the 3rd slowest night in the deck, and in a very balanced way. Okay, tell me more about the 7 of Cups to the 5 of Swords here. 7 of Cups, it's like I can't fight about this anymore. I just need to create a plan and do it. 10 of Pentacles, so it means a lot to you. King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. So this means a lot to you. This 10 of Pentacles could be money, right? This could be like an inheritance issue maybe for some of you, because I got a lot of people cards here. It's almost like I know what the intention is. There's me, there's this group of people, there's inheritance. I don't want to fight with them anymore. I got to cut through the illusion and the confusion. I need to be very intentional. What is my goal when it comes to dividing up these resources In that respect, maybe you're speaking to an attorney about it. This could be a family member that you and they have the same opinion of how this should be divided up. So now you're crafting a plan here on how to, approach these other individuals in your family. It could be something like that. I get the feeling from you, you're done fighting. If this is a partner, like a romantic interest partner, I feel like you don't want to fight to keep this person in your life. So instead, you're like, well, I'm going to create a goal with this person. I don't know who the King of Swords is. They don't have to be an air sign, but you're here, whether you're masculine or feminine, as the Queen of Pentacles. And it's like, I just need to be very intentional when it comes to this connection, creating the plan, the long-term plan, 10 of Pentacles, in this connection. And then I need to execute it. I got to focus on the positive, even on the days that it's not so easy. But if my plan is to be with this person, or they're currently in my life and I want them, in my life for the duration, then I need to find another way to deal with conflict or confusion. Again, creating the end goal, seeing the end goal, creating a plan to get to the end goal, and then focusing on the positive, even on the days it's not so easy. 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, even on the days it's not so easy. So take it how it resonates to you. For some of you, it could have to do with inheritances, or a dispute within family, something to do with money. And for others of you, it's like a long-term goal that you have with a partner, like a romantic partner in your life. But it's almost like, I can't do this flying by the seat of my pants. I can't wait for someone else to make up their mind or make a decision here. I have to grab the bull by the horns, so to speak. I need to create the plan. I need to be the responsible one here to get us across the finish line. That's the feeling that I get here. Even on the days it's not so easy, I need to take the inspired action. Tell me about the Fool card here to the Knight of Wands for Capricorn. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. And I think this is changing your tune, because I think in the past, whatever this dispute was, or confusion, or maybe misdirection or lack of direction in the connection, I feel like you left it always up to the other person or the other people. I think this is what you're changing your tune. It's like, no, wait a minute. The power resides within me. I can change this, or I can move this along, or I can moderate this issue between the quarreling, family members here, especially if it has to do with inheritance or anything like that. It's like, no, I'm capable of doing it. Queen of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. I like this. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and Temperance. This is very tempered, not to use that word again, but because Temperance is Sagittarius energy, fire energy, but it's quiet. So you're not roaring in to, this family setting, dispute or whatever, and being like, I am the ruler here, and everyone's going to listen to me from now on. No. And if this is like trying to create an end goal or plan with your partner, this isn't like my way or the highway. This is quiet energy, tempered energy. I'm coming at this with love. Queen of Cups, 4 of Swords. I'm looking to heal the family issue, the monetary issue, the inheritance, maybe, dividing up monetary resources here. I'm coming at it very tempered, not like a bull in a china shop. I'm grabbing the bull by the horns, but I'm not doing it in an erratic way. I'm doing it from a place of love. I'm creating a long-term goal to clear up, maybe to clear up any issues here, but to like resolve the issues or get us to that end goal. And I will get us to that end goal. I mean, you're in the boat here, but you're not being loud and boisterous like I'm the one in control. It's quiet, tempered energy. It's like navigating the boat without anyone realizing that you're the captain. That's basically what you're doing here. And I think it's been a shift in perspective here for you. I don't have to wait for this person or these people to change their tune. I can change my tune. I can take over the controls here, navigate us in the direction I want us to go in, and I can do it in a very disciplined way with great intentionality, always keeping my eye on the prize, and seeing the broader perspective here. Like, I don't need to leave it in the hands of these other people. I could do it. I could be the captain of the ship, and I don't have to be loud about it or anything like that. I can come at it from a place of love and heal this situation and move us forward towards better and brighter days and whatever that end goal is. So Knight of Cups to the 2 of Pentacles. It's just a new way how to tackle an existing issue and making sure you're the one who's steering the ship here. Knight of Cups to the 2 of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Justice. Oh, I love that. Devil, which is you, and the 3 of Cups. That's what leads to celebration. That's what leads to victory here. And I think maybe that was your lesson. I hate when tarot readers say that. But I think your lesson here was you were allowing this other individual or entity or people to control this whole situation. But by you taking the helm of the ship here, and again, I don't think you're announcing it. I just think it's like, hey, why don't we do this? Or, hey, I inquired with this person, like if it's an attorney for some of you, and they have recommended this. They have suggested this. It's like you're taking the leadership role here without telling everyone, I'm now in charge. There's no Emperor, Empress energy here. There's only you in your power doing what is fair and balanced for everyone involved, for all concerned. And I think it leads to victory. And I think you doing this gets you the victory you want within the next 3 months. I feel like it's the new moon in Leo energy that's going to give you this new perspective, because Leo's sister, brother sign or cousin sign, whatever you want to call it, is Sagittarius. So I kind of think this is your aha epiphany moment in the new moon in Leo, leaning into that quiet energy of Sagittarius of, I can take control of this, get the outcome that I want, make everyone happy, do it fair and balanced, and no one has to know that I've been directing the ship this entire time. Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. It's like victory after defeat, or grabbing the jaws. Yeah, what is that saying? Grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat. Thank you. It's here's you taking control, Queen of Wands, taking control of victory from the jaws of defeat. Like I'm not losing this battle. I'm not losing this relationship. I'm not losing out on the inheritance. I'm not losing any more time with these people fighting. I'm going to grab victory here. I'm grabbing victory. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You've learned a new way on how to control this situation. It's like you've uncovered a new superpower here that you had. Again, it's fair and equal distribution for those of you where it's a family issue or, you know, a monetary distribution of anything. You're not doing anything to cheat anyone. It's all being very fair and balanced, but you figured out a way how to do it with love in your heart. And you've learned this new skill, a new skill in diplomacy, maybe that you didn't have before, something like that. And to do it in a gentle way. Queen of Wands to the Page of Cups is gentle. Same thing if you're having like an issue in a relationship or taking the relationship to the higher level of commitment. I can't force or fight this person to be with me. So I have to learn a new way to do this relationship, or I have to figure out a new way, learn a new way on how we can get to this end goal here that we have, because you share the end goal. Like if this is an inheritance issue, everybody wants the same thing at the end of the day. Believe it or not, everyone wants equal distribution. They're just maybe fighting about how to go about doing it or something like that. I should say maybe not everyone wants equal distribution. Everybody wants it to be distributed. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. So we all have a common goal, but now you are coming up with the plan on how to achieve that goal. Same thing if this is a partner. This is a partner where it's like, we both want to be together for the rest of our lives, or we both want to buy that vacation home, or again, whatever the Ten of Pentacles is. I can't fight. I'm not going to fight with this person to marry me. I'm not going to fight with this person to buy the vacation home. So I need to learn a new way how we can get there. Because again, whoever this person or these people are, you kind of all have the same idea of what you want here. It's just how we're going about it is all different. And I think you're learning something new here. You're changing your tune. You're deciding to take control of the ship without announcing it to everyone on board. I now rule the relationship, or I'm dividing the finances, or I'm taking control of the family issues here. You're doing this. Magician, Ace of Cups, and Six of Wands. You've learned a new way how to master this problem. And I think because of that, there's victory here for you within 3 months' time. I don't know what this is for you, but you changing your tune and again, get it, kind of taking over the ship here and directing it to where the group needs to go, or you and this person needs to go. I think you arrive exactly to where you want to be. I think if you would have left it in the hands of this person or these people, I don't think it would have ended very well. I think you needed to step in. You had to step into your power. And I think that was the lesson here that you had to learn. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. It looks like in this new moon in Leo, you're learning a new way how to handle this situation, environment, or connection with this person or these people. And now you will be focused, yes, on a positive outcome because you're now leading the ship. You've changed your tune, or at least you will be. You're not leaving it in the hands of this person or these people. You're creating the plan, and you are executing the plan every step of the way. And because of that, you will be highly successful with whatever this is. That's what I have for you, my love. That is your new moon in Leo message. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. I absolutely love doing your readings. So let's see what your new moon in Leo messages are. We have Joyful Muse, Inspiration, card number 33. Love it. Last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. And then you've got talk to the moon, communicate. Okay. Tell me more about this here for Aquarius. What are these oracle cards here for them? Their new moon in Leo messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We're clarifying joyful muse, inspiration, last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love, and talk to the moon, communicate. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card out, Seven of Swords, the Chariot, Strength, the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords, Five of Cups, and the Empress. Kind of along the same message I've been getting. There's a group of you. You're on the forefront of the Aquarius movement. I do think the other Aquarians who aren't doing this yet will all be doing this. I think you're all changing something very radical here in your life over the course of the next year. But I continually tap into a group of you where you're doing it now. You're kind of like, you're setting the stage, if you will. You're creating the energetic marker that future Aquarians will follow over the course of the next, 12 months, 18 months, something like that, that they make their big life shifts and changes. But right now, you're doing it. I want to look at this choice that you have here, Seven of Swords. You've made a choice here, or you are making the choice in the new moon of Leo to move in a new direction. Why are you being so strategic about it? You have felt inspired, or you're feeling inspired, because remember, we all make these life shifts and changes at different times. So for some of you, you felt inspired for quite some time, maybe since March, to make this very strategic move in your life. For others of you, you're kind of now, you're becoming the second wave of Aquarians, and you're just becoming inspired in the new moon in Leo to make this change. But what's with the strategy here? You're making the active choice to be strategic about this. Why is that? Lovers to the Seven of Swords. What is this all about? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. Okay. I definitely have two groups of you now. I can't believe the second group is joining this already. Wow, I really didn't think it would happen that fast. So I have the first group of you. You were inspired, maybe going back to March. Something clicked in you and said, I need to make a change. I need to actively create a strategy to get out of the situation, environment, or connection that I'm in. It's a choice I'm making. Before I'm pushed out, before it ends on me, before I get fired, before I miss the opportunity of the new, you made the strategy, the strategic plan here, the Five of Pentacles, abandon, leave something or someone behind, and plant new seeds. And in doing that, Page of Swords energy, you went out and you acquired the information or the knowledge on how you can make this choice. And you kept it under wraps. I don't think you told many people with that Seven of Swords, Page of Swords. That's 8 swords there. So I think it was more cerebral for you, more mentally thinking, I got to strategize how to get out of this. Maybe for some of you, you told one person, if you have a very close person in your life, maybe even a romantic partner, but that would be it. I don't think you told many people while you were planning this. For others of you, you're in the second wave now. You're just starting to do this now. You're being inspired. You're making the choice to strategically move away from a situation, environment, or connection. You have decided, I'm abandoning this person, place, or thing. I want to plant seeds in a new direction. And in that respect, you are now acquiring the knowledge or the information on how to do that. So second group of Aquarians jumping on this timeline very quickly. Ace of Cups to the Chariot. I mean, very quickly. This is an act of self-love. For those of you where you've made the shift, your feeling here in the new moon in Leo is, this is the best thing I could have done for myself. I think you're already feeling lighter, brighter, happier. I think you have more time to take care of yourself because now you're not burdened by whatever, whomever this was in your life. So I kind of feel like before the next chapter starts, you're making some time here, or at least you should, in the new moon in Leo. Little R&R, rest and relaxation, maybe go away for a day or two. If you have some downtime, there's definitely maybe some of you, you'll be going on vacation, or again, little weekend trips, something like that. Or it could just be staying at home. It could be a staycation, staying at home. But there's something here, I got to nurture myself before I start this next chapter of my life. The Empress energy would be before this next chapter of my life is birth or rebirth. For others of you, you're moving very quickly on this. I want you to slow down. I want you to slow down. I don't want you to crash and burn or burn out. So the first Aquarians took, 3 to 4 months to plan this out, be very strategic. I don't want you to do it too quickly. I think you could have burnout. You might need the same 3 or 4 months that they had. It's okay. This is not a race or a competition. You're all getting to the new timeline. So take your time getting there. So for those of you where you're just having this aha epiphany moment in the energy of the new moon in Leos, I want to take my life in a different direction. Make time for self-love. Okay. So you can be very focused and intentional with the next steps that you're taking. Just kind of like how the first group of Aquarians were, very methodical in their approach. So if you're looking to leave a situation, environment, or a connection, there's something here for you as well in this new moon in Leo. Getting away for a bit, even if it's a staycation at home, pouring into yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself. Could be maybe going on holiday even. Again, taking a day or two off for yourself. There's definitely something like that of, I need to clear my mind before I get out there into the world and see how I'm going to move on from the situation, environment, or connection. The next cards we have here is talk to the moon, communicate, and you have strength to temperance. What is this all about here? They're both quiet fire energies. Strength card being Leo, quiet, and temperance being Sagittarius, but quiet. So there's something here about having the determination to move into this next chapter, or for those of you coming up with a plan on how you can move forward into the next chapter. But I don't think you're communicating this to many people. Maybe your communication is to the moon. Like literally, you're just keeping it between you and the divine. What is this all about for both groups here? Definitely have 2 groups of you here. Definitely have 2 groups of you here. Temperance and strength. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, and the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, you're moving into this next chapter. You've already done the hard work, right? And you're now starting the new job, or you're launching into the relationship. Like maybe you went from being single to being partnered, something like that is going on here. Maybe you're leaving one person for another. I don't know. Sometimes with the 7 of Swords to the Lovers being a choice card, it could mean that as well. But if you've already made a decision to do that, you're taking a few days now to relax before you birth this new life of yours, this new chapter of yours. It's the same feeling I get here about going slow. I think if you're starting a new job, you have a lot to learn. I think you have a lot to learn. You might be overwhelmed. Even though it's a job you believe that you've wanted or you've always wanted, it has the potential here with that Sun card energy to be 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles. There's something here that there's more for you to learn in the Knight of Pentacles energy. So if you have time between this job ending and this job beginning, I would use that time wisely. So you're entering that first day of work or the first week of work, whatever it is, really like on your toes and like on your game in Emperor, Empress energy. Or I feel like you might start it and then feel like, oh, what did I get myself into? So, because it could just be overwhelming. So there's something here in that Knight of Swords energy. Maybe if you have that time between one job ending and another, to learn more. So you're not starting that job off so new. Again, the feeling I get here is it could be very emotionally overwhelming for you. For others of you, there's definitely something here about ending one connection for another. Something about going after your wish fulfillment. There's something here about being really smart. You need to be really smart how you exit one connection and move towards another. What is that all about? Again, I'm speaking to those of you where you've already made the decision. It's done. There's nothing more to discuss here. You're leaving behind this person, place, or thing. You've been thinking about it since March. You've already put some plans in place here. You got to be smart, though. Why? Got to be smart how you communicate. What is this all about? One more shuffle here. The Fool, the 10 of Cups, and Justice. Oh, okay. This is specifically for those of you, you're leaving one partner for another, and there's a marriage involved here. There's some... look, I'm not going to condone leaving one person for another, and I'm not going to condemn it. I'm not judge and jury. I'm a tarot reader. There's something here about concealing, at least for now, that you're taking this leap of faith and you're ending this marriage or this long-standing relationship to move towards someone new. Even though you're doing the right thing, there's something here about you not disclosing it, holding yourself back, temperance to... So... I don't know, maybe I'm speaking to an Aquarius, probably one of you watching. You're leaving a spouse to move towards another person. There's something here about like not moving in with them right away. like maybe taking a year to physically move in with them. So maybe you need to find another place where to live, something like that. Why is that? Queen of Swords. Because of the ex-wife, the ex-husband, because in that type of reading, the Queen or King of Swords would be exes. So something about the soon-to-be ex. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Something about the soon-to-be ex, Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Could be something here about money, maybe you having an affair or something like that could affect the distribution or allocation of resources. Something like that here is at play. So just use your discernment, talk to legal counsel if that's what you need to do. I don't know why that message came up for someone watching. Yeah, there's something here about you then needing to communicate. Like if you're getting a lawyer, you need to be very honest with your lawyer. Like I wouldn't keep secrets from the lawyer. You might not want to let the spouse know, but about you, this new beginning. But there is something here, at least you telling legal counsel. They need to know so there are no surprises in the divorce proceedings. Okay, again, that's my nose is itching now, so I feel like I'm right on point with that message for some of you where you're leaving one connection for another. I want to get messages now for those of you where you're just starting to plan this out. What are the messages for my Aquarians that are just starting to plan this out? Again, leaving behind the situation, environment, or connection. Again, do it very quietly. Look at that. King of Wands, the Death card, and the Emperor. Okay, so for those of you where you're on timeline 2, I'm going to just call you group 2 or timeline 2, okay? Group 1, I think you got your messages. You've made the strategic plan. You've called it. You've probably already given your notice to work. If not, you're about to, or you've already told this partner that you're leaving them. Whatever is going on here for you. I don't want to lessen what you've gone through. It was big, no doubt. It's taken you 3 to 4 months to get here, but I don't want to get stuck too much on your message. Your message is before you start the new, you need to learn more about this new job or maybe even the new living environment that you're moving to. Like maybe for some of you, the Empress here has the world in her belly. So maybe you're like moving cross country or to another part of the world. There's something like between now and then, the actual move, try to glean as much information about the new. Okay, if you're leaving one partner for another, there's something here about not immediately moving in with them, maybe getting your own place, at least for the first year, especially for those of you who are going through a divorce or a separation of assets. Tell your legal counsel, but no one else really needs to know. I don't know why that is. I guess your lawyer will advise you as such, but there's something here about possible distribution of funds or something like that, or it affecting the distribution of funds or resources. So again, just speak to legal counsel. For those of you where you're now group 2 and you're like, hey, I see what Aquarius group 1 is doing and I'm feeling called now to make this change in my life as well. There's something here about you spending considerable amount of time to not just make the decision, but to plan out how you will be executing this decision. And some of you might need a little R&R, little rest and relaxation before you go full throttle here. So there's something here about moving very slowly at first, temperance to the strength card. I was going to say the Leo card. Temperance to strength here would be like take some R&R time. If you got to go away, if you can go away, whatever, staycation, pour into yourself so you can make this decision in a very balanced way. You don't need to communicate it to anyone. You don't have to let the whole world know you're changing the job, you're moving, you're leaving one partner, leaving one for another, whatever it is that you're doing here. No need to communicate it to anyone. All you have to do is act. Just got to take the inspired action. First, you need R&R so you can be very clear-minded. And come at this from a very balanced place. You don't need to announce it to the world, communicate to the moon. Again, just kind of between you and source here, and then actively take the steps to rebirth your life in an entirely new direction. 3 cards of advice here for my Aquarians in group 2. Or are you trying to catch up quickly? Take your time. There's no rush. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. 3 cards of advice. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Take your time. Nurture yourself. Focus on your independence. That new job opportunity or the love partner or whomever it is that you're moving towards, they're there. They're there. Either they're already physically there because you know of them, or it's already on your path. So if you're making the decision here to leave one job for another or change a career path or leave an existing partner for someone else, whether they're a known entity or not, maybe some of you just want to be single for a while, there's still something here about you can take the inspired action to do that, and you don't have to do it quickly. You do need to take charge of your life in order to rebirth it, absolutely. But that new job or that new person or that new living situation, they're there. It's already on your path. So just take your time, be very calculating lean into some earth energy. You are a fixed sign. So I do think when you make up your mind on this, you won't change it. It takes a while for a fixed sign to like make up their mind and want to move their life in a new direction. But now that you made it, or you will be making it, I don't think there's any deterring you. Kind of like group one, they just went, they went right into it. So they kind of set the precedent here for you. But I think you just need to take your time. You don't need to like jump right into the deep end of the dating pool. You don't need to accept the first job or offer that comes along. Take your time. The right thing that you want is literally out there waiting for you. 3 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 8 of Swords. Don't worry about it. Take your time. 10 of Pentacles. Long-term goals here. Long-term goals for long-term gains. That's what I have for you. Lots of messages flooding in for the Aquarius collective. Boy, do I love seeing Pluto in your sign. So for those of you on the precipice of this big change, congratulations. Please use this energy of the new moon in Leo to go within, little R&R, and learn about that new situation, environment, or connection that you're about to enter, okay? And for those of you where you're just at the foundational point now, take your time, make this decision very clear-headed. You don't need to announce it to the world. You just need to take some inspired action to start moving in that direction. Bravo. Wow, group 2 hopping on that bandwagon pretty quick. They saw the train leaving the station. They were like, wait a minute, can you add another caboose on? We want to come along for the ride. So I really have enjoyed reading for you, Aquarius. That is what I have for you. Those are your new moon in Leo messages. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's take a look at your new moon in Leo messages. You have closing door, completion, card number 5. Boy, are you wrapping up a big chapter here. Wow. Okay. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. I've done this whole, I'm probably close to 3 hours of this reading. I paused once for a little bathroom break and to make another cup of coffee. These cards are exactly what were shuffled 2.5, 3 hours ago. I can't believe how they're coming out. Night moon, shadow work. Okay. We got to do some work here. There's, Fool card. Can you believe that? The way, Fool card to the devil. Something toxic is closing out. Situation, environment, connection, thought pattern, trauma. Something's closing out for good. For good. Whole new beginning here. Leaving the past in the past. Big changes here for the Piscean collective. What does Pisces need to know? I'm getting as excited now for your readings as I have been for Aquarius. I always love seeing a zodiac sign make that final move, that final shift, or the new one. It's always very exciting to see, because you got to understand, for me as a reader, I'm not just reading for one person. So it's amazing to feel the energy of a bunch of people that are like have Pisces placements say, we're moving in a new direction, or we're finally having success over something that we've struggled with for a long time. Again, addiction, pattern, connection. It's just, I'm feeling success throughout this whole reading. Okay, tell me more about this here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Closing door, completion, last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Night moon, shadow work. Very nice. One more shuffle here. Thank you. First card, the moon. Okay, this new moon in Leo will be huge for you. The moon, 7 of Cups, the star, 7 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, the Hermit, Page of Wands. That leaves the Magician, 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I don't know who or what this has been for you. This could be a person. Magician to the 3 of Swords, to the 7 of Swords, 7 plus 3, 10 swords. Highly manipulative individual. This is a gaslighter, a liar, a manipulator, someone who tries to get one over on you, someone who uses your feelings for them against you to try to get one over on you. This is someone who uses all the tools in their arsenal, all 4 aces, to manipulate you. And it breaks your heart over and over and over again. For others of you, you're this person. Hold with me. Don't click off just yet. There's some trauma within you that you haven't wanted to see or acknowledge, or you haven't wanted to heal from. So I don't know what it's been for you, internal or external, but it's wrapping up. In the new moon in Leo, you're like this close now to closing the door on this finally. Notice we still have some light coming in. So it's not a complete shutting the door, but man, are you close. You are really close. So whether it's been an addiction for you, a toxic pattern, trauma that has affected your current connections in your life, maybe some sabotaging behaviors on your part. Like I said, it could be bad addictions, or it could be someone or a group of people, even external to you. I just know that you are about to be very triumphant over it. So you're healing the wound, you're healing the trauma, you're healing the pattern, you're kicking the addiction, or at least you will attempt to. And for others of you, if this is an actual like person, or maybe even like a job that's done you dirty or has tried to be deceptive, I think you're getting a victory here. I don't think you see it coming. Tell me more about this. 7 of Wands to the Moon. 7 of Wands to the Moon. I see you as being on top of the hill here, like the winner. I think you beat back the addiction. I think you beat back the trauma. Probably not the best use of words there. I apologize. I'm a Gemini going through Mercury retrograde. Have pity on me. But whatever these 6 wands here are for you, people, you know, divorce. Again, I don't know what this is for you. Toxic person, toxic people, legal battles. Again, addictions, traumas. I feel what you don't see coming is you are conquering it or winning it, overcoming it. Tell me more about this. 7 of Wands to the Moon card. One more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. It's over. Judgment, Strength, Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, there's a judicial ruling in your favor. You do not see it coming. I don't know if it's a divorce or a dispute between family for inheritance. It could be a separation from a business partner. There's someone here making a judgment call. This Queen of Swords, is this legal? I'm just going to speak to those of you legal. I'll get to your other messages in a minute. That could be the arbiter or counsel, judge. Tell me more about, someone's making a judgment call here. Someone in authority is making a judgment call. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Yeah, Fool. If I would get a major arcana card or an ace, it would be a yes. So I've got the Fool card there. It's a yes. So for those of you who are going through a legal issue, distribution of funds, divorce, inheritance, maybe even the buying or selling of property, there's a decision here being made in the new moon in Leo. You may not hear about it right away. I don't know if there's processing of paperwork here that needs to be done, but the news is coming to you within 1 month, okay? For those of you where it's a divorce, again, I got 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, there's resolution here within the month. And I don't know if this could be an arbiter here, like a mediator. If this is legal, this is looking really good. Someone here is making the judgment call. And this connection that you have with this person or these people, it's over. It's done. Some of you have been in this battle for up to 2 years, and the 2 of Pentacles card. So again, maybe you've been trying to sell your home for 2 years, buy your home for 2 years, some type of legal case for 2 years, maybe divorce for 2 years, liquidation of assets with a business partner, something like that. If that's your storyline, this is coming to a close in the new moon in Leo. Even though you might not get the results right away, again, might take a month. I don't know why. Paperwork, realtors are involved, lawyers are involved. There's something like this, and it's up to 1 month. It's not a full 30 days. So some of you a week later, some of you 3 weeks later, but there's a decision here being made. So bravo to you if you're involved in any kind of legal case. I think you're victorious. This enables you now to close the door, leave the past behind, okay? For those of you where it's not a legal case, not a legal case. Let me go back to the legal case people. And then, because I don't want to get the group messages confused, so let me go with one at a time. Legal case people, you don't see it coming. There's a decision coming down in your favor. You'll be leaving the past behind. Capricorn energy now, last quarter moon in Capricorn, that's the devil card in tarot. That is the astrological placement of Saturn in Capricorn. When this legal decision comes down, you need to already start planning what you're doing with that. Selling the home, buying the home, you know what I mean? I don't know what this is for you. Maybe a home inspection, or it could be something more intense like divorce or separation, you know, I just heard maybe the dividing of assets, something like that. There's something like, don't wait until this is resolved for you to figure out what you're going to do with the money, with the property. You need to start working on it now, because you'll end up being very confused. Maybe you won't invest the money properly. You know what I mean? You need to get ready as if this is coming, because it is. So I would get ready for the ending and start making plans about where you're moving, how you're moving. If that's the case, like, okay, what moving company will I hire, or how will I transport the items? Or if you're moving into a new living location, already start thinking about how you're going to paint or renovate the place, or there's something like start getting plans in motion from now. And if this is monetary settlement,
start figuring out now, like either how to diversify the funds, like kind of make the money make money for you. There's something like that. Like start planning and working on the new. You don't have to invest any money into anything just yet, but some pentacle energy of really figuring out what I'm going to do when this, is ruled in my favor or comes to a close or something like that. And then there's shadow work to be involved. You need to heal. You need to take control and ownership of your life to heal from this ending, because this person or this group of people you've been battling have been very toxic. And maybe they're not toxic to everyone on the face of the planet, but the connection itself has been toxic to you. And so you really need to take the reins here, control of your life, to heal this. There's some shadow work here that's needed. Why did you get involved with that person? Why did you make any missteps that you made? Why did you oversee the red flags or overlook? Maybe oversee. Maybe you saw them and you did nothing about them. But there's something like this of you needing to take control now of your life to do the shadow work, to make sure that whatever the hell it was here that you went through, you never, ever repeat it again. And then I think there's a good period here, maybe even until the end of Virgo season, where you really should focus on self-love, taking care of yourself, going within, doing some soul searching, figuring out what you want to do now in this next chapter of your life. Now that you've closed out this legal situation or the divorce or whatever this court case here is, or distribution of assets, now it takes some time between now and the end of Virgo season to discover what you're doing in the next chapter of your life, because the past is being left behind, without a doubt. Okay, for those of you where it's not a legal issue, there's something here closing out. I feel like for some of you, it might be an addiction. Maybe you'll give up smoking or drinking or porn. I don't know, something that has been detrimental to you. Something that's been an addictive quality here to you. So let me get some messages for you. For those of you where you're kicking a habit or trying to, or something like that. Could even be like a shopping addiction. One more shuffle here. Thank you. We've got the Page of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups. What's the Eight of Pentacles here to the Seven of Cups? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Fool, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Cups, okay? And then what's the Emperor to the Star card here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, bottom of the deck. So for those of you where there's some type of addiction that you're trying to overcome, bravo to you. I think it's wonderful that you're deciding to do this, whether it's court ordered or maybe there was some intervention here with family, or you've just decided to do this yourself. Bravo to you. But I think you have one person, at least one person in your life that will help you through this, to help you shut the door on this. There's someone here who really loves you or admires you. Could be a friend, could even be a coworker. For some of you, maybe it's a love partner or a family member. You have someone here that if you reached out to them, they would come together with you to help you defeat whatever this addiction here has been. I also feel like this person then would help you to not give in to the temptation in the future. So there's something here about leaving the past behind, maybe relocation. For some of you, if you need to get away from people who've been a bad influence or won't support your sobriety or something like that, there's something here of this individual then helping you to get away from these people. There's definitely shadow work here involved. For some of you, this might be going into a treatment center even to treat this addiction, but I feel like it's highly successful nonetheless. And in that Page of Swords, I think you find new ways to communicate hurt and pain in that Page of Swords, so you're not defaulting. So it's like when you come out of this, for some of you, it might be a 30, 60, or 90-day program, but it's like when you come out, you're like a new Pisces here. Page of Swords to the Page of Wands. You've learned new ways to cope with trauma and pain, so you're not resorting back to an addictive habit here or something like that to cope with it. It's like you're learning new coping mechanisms, and that's the truth here. And the Ace of Swords, and then you got the Four of Wands. I think you'll be highly successful with overcoming this. So bravo to you for those of you who want to leave addiction in the past. You're willing to do the shadow work, the hard work. I do think you have one person here that'll help you. It could be relocation, and because I'm reading for so many of you, that relocation could be 30, 60, or 90-day treatment, maybe a inpatient kind of place. And for others of you, it literally could be treatment, but then relocating to get away from people who would not support your sobriety. So either way, bravo to you. I see you taking control of your life to heal this aspect of yourself, but not just heal the addiction. You're healing what fuels the addiction. which makes it so different for you. You're willing to do the work to find out, why do I drink so much? Why do I shop so much? Why do I smoke so much? Again, whatever it is for you. It's not just getting rid of the addiction. Because if you do that and you don't heal the trauma, then later on you just end up finding something else to heal that trauma, temporarily heal that trauma with, like a coping mechanism. But this is you going within to find out, why do I do this? Why do I default to this? And in that respect, yeah, I think you're coming out a whole brand new Pisces. So bravo to you, beating an addiction. I love that for you. The Three of Swords card just kind of landed so in the reverse. So I think that you are healing this, again, not just the addiction, but the trauma within you that led to the addiction. So congratulations to you for starting this new journey. For others of you where you are not resonating with group 1 or group 2, let's get you a message here. What are you not seeing? You're closing the door on something here. What is this? High Priestess, you could be keeping it to yourself. What are you closing the door on? Seven of Wands, the Moon, to the Completion card. What is this? One more shuffle. Thank you. Hierophant, Five of Wands, Five of Cups. Some of you leaving a marriage and nobody knows it yet. Could be leaving a job and you haven't told anyone. Could be leaving a job, a community, a religious affiliation or organization, a marriage, some long-term commitment, a place you've been at for a long time. And you're not telling many people about it. It looks like you're making the active decision. Yeah, this is, I'm changing jobs. I'm not telling anyone about it. It's like when I find the job, then I'll give my notice, then everyone can know about it. Same thing if you're looking to relocate, maybe you're leaving an organization you volunteer with. There could be a lot of conflict or competition. Again, I don't know what the Hierophant is for you, situation, environment, or connection, but you're no longer happy with it. You're tired of fighting with it or within it or for it. And it looks like you're standing your ground. You're not telling anyone, and you're preparing to close the door on whomever or whatever this is. Eight of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups. You are actively working to look at other options, other housing options, other community groups you could volunteer with, maybe how to get out of this relationship. For some of you, you're leaving behind a religion, but you're exploring other religions or other philosophies here. So I just see you looking at options and opportunities because now within you, you've made the decision to leave whomever or whatever that is behind. Tell me more about the Eight of Pentacles here to the Seven of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. You're in search of the new, and you're doing it all in Leo season. So you're in search of the new. You got a little mashed potato mind there. Not to make fun of you, but little mashed potato mind there in the Nine of Swords. That's your cousin sign of Gemini. You're both mutable, both mutable signs. So maybe feeling a little frazzled, a little overwhelmed. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I can't believe I'm leaving behind this person, place, or thing. But I think you know it's the right thing for you. You're doing it in a very structured and solid way. And I don't think you're doing anything quick. This is Pentacle energy. This is slow energy. You're looking for the new solid beginning elsewhere and really evaluating all of your options and choices on how to do that. The Emperor to the Star card. Why is this here for shadow work? Thank you. What do we have here? We have Strength, we have Six of Swords, and we got the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, Knight of Swords, Death. Okay, so you're doing some shadow work here. For those of you where this message is resonating, I don't know how intense the shadow work here is. I just feel like shadow is telling me you're keeping it quiet. You've been keeping it to yourself for a long time, that you've been displeased with whomever, whatever this is. And I just see you here again, very quiet, almost like a thief in the night. Sorry to say that to you. It's like a thief in the night. I'm going to be very quiet, very strategic here, and move away from this person, place, or thing within 1 month's time is what I get here with that Knight of Cups. So this is an act of self-love on the Piscean Collective, whether you're in group 1, group 2, group 3. You fought the good fight. You've gone within. You figured out, I need to beat this Goliath. You're all beating a Goliath. Now, the Goliath is different sizes for all of you. And some of you have been, fighting the Goliath for 2 years. And for others of you, maybe 2 months or 2 weeks. But you've all decided, I have to go within. I have to love myself enough to set out on this new adventure, this new chapter of my life. You're conquering something huge here. You're leaving behind something traditional or something established or something you thought you'd always be at or be with for a long time. And for some of you, yeah, very well could be an addiction. But you're taking the active control of your life, and Emperor, Empress, you're putting an end to it. You're moving forward. Your new chapter is here. Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, Knight of Swords. Yeah, if I had to trade Three of Swords to Ten of Cups, I'd want to do it too. That appears to be what you're doing. Brighter days here on the horizon for the Piscean collective. Death, Four of Swords, Knight of Swords. That's over with. I think you're ending the addiction. I think you have a long battle here, court battle. Again, we see that King, Queen of Swords, someone's here making a decision here in your favor. And for those of you where you're leaving behind a group setting or religion or philosophy, relationship, or someplace maybe even volunteered at for a long time, I don't think it's a hasty decision. I think you've thought about it. You want to be in an environment, situation, or connection that's healthy, that's nurturing. You also want to nurture yourself. And you kind of have determined that you staying in this isn't really nurturing yourself. So it looks like you are trading the Three of Swords for the Ten of Cups. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Those are your new moon and Leo messages. I hope some of them resonated with you. I know we got a lot there, and I'm so sorry, but I always get a lot for you and Libra and Scorpio. I don't know why. I have like no Pisces placements, but I just do. But that's what I have for you. Congratulations. It looks like you're well on your way to victory. So just hang in there. That's what I have for you. Those are your new moon and Leo messages. If you liked any of those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.